going on, PP?
Hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
ABC, how you doing?
Good, myself. Yourself, my man?
Not bad. Fellow Canadian, gotta get it
Wow.
out of the way.
Everyone's Canadian.
Yeah. So,
Sure.
I've been watching your show ever since you and Realize started streaming.
Oh, wow, that's a long time.
Man, I was following your hype videos. I mean, you have to. I want to give you guys a bit of background about myself because I've been in this play for a very long time. So I'm a scientist. I work with data all the time. I study charts. Basically, that's my entire life. As also a scientist, we don't really get paid much, so I have to spend a lot of time focusing on the markets and focusing on trading. Mm-hmm. So I live a bit of a dual life. And the first time I really got focused on meme stocks was when we all saw what happened at GameStop. Unfortunately, I didn't even hear about it until it squeezed. And so when I first started paying attention, it was after all was said and done. I was watching Deep Fucking Value, give statements to Congress, and I was just like, whoa, what the hell's going on?
I remember those days, yeah.
And at the time, the media was telling us, GameStop squeeze, and I'm like, oh fuck, I missed my opportunity. Mm-hmm. So I got into crypto, and 2021, the year of liquidity. So we were all trying to find the next.
Yeah. Crypto was hot, man. Like through 2022, pretty much.
Ton of money on Dogecoin. Yeah. That was my first big win. I put it all into Bed Bath, but we'll get into that in a minute. Can give me a minute or two. So I started reading up on Reddit, what's going on Superstock, and I started learning more about, what market makers and Ken Griffin and Citadel and essentially how the U.S. markets are operating. Because I was always under this impression that, we have this free and fair market. Mm-hmm. And to hear that, what did they get their short position to? 100 and what percent? Oh my, how did that happen? And it just sunk me in, right? So I needed to learn about this. And I was also very interested with this divide between what I'm reading in the media when they're saying GameStop squeeze, it's over. And then you go to Superstonk and they're all like, yo, that was a sneeze. That we were just getting started, shorts haven't closed. And I followed the saga. And then I heard about Ryan Cohen buying into Bed Bath & Beyond. And I told myself, this is something, because I remember when I actually watched the CNN video when they were interviewing Ryan Cohen, and that was in 2019 when he was talking about Chewy, and I was like, man, this young guy, and he's just a few years older than me, and he's
also Canadian, man. So how Canadians are, man,
so
right?
Proud of this guy, and I'm like, here he is, look at that confidence, when he was asked about being a competitor to Amazon, he's like, fuck yeah. And I knew immediately, I'm like, this guy knows what he's doing, and this guy, he's a smart man. Yeah. And I saw what he did with GameStop, so I'm like, you know what? He's gonna make something out of Bed Bath & Beyond. So I started buying in. And I started buying in when it was $14. I put in $20,000. Now,
holy fuck, man!
At the time, it wasn't everything I owned, but it was a big chunk of what I owned.
Yeah.
And
that's a pretty big move right there.
It was tough because I kept buying basically, and I'm not the kind of guy who likes to swing trade. I'm very careful, and ironically, I like to be very cautious about where I put my money. But to me, it made sense. I'm like, we have this company.
Then he got infatuated with Ryan Cohen.
When I first went to university and I set up my college dorm, all my shit was from Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah, that's with Bears too, yeah.
Yeah, I had a personal connection to it.
God.
And I understood also the idea of short interest and whatnot. At the same time, I was following, so I'm a very regular consumer of Bloomberg, and not because I take what they say at face value. No, but they do offer information, and I make my own opinions by watching various media streams and whatnot. But they do follow up on what's going on in the macro. Things like interest rate, the Federal Reserve and their moves, and what's going on in the economy. And I noticed that, we have these interest rates that have been going up at the highest rate that they've ever been going since the 80s, since the 70s.
Right.
We've had an insane amount of liquidity being pumped into the U.S. economy over the past 3 years because of COVID, something that
it's actually less than 11 cents. It's actually less than 11 cents. But 11 cents. Not much of a choice there.
That wasn't expected.
Right.
And we had these short sellers who have basically been acting with impunity for the better part of 2 decades, ever since the 2012, after we emerged from the global financial crisis. And I'm like, okay, well, these people thought they were gods.
What are they being
they thought
from?
They could continue to short these companies, these victim companies, and get away with it. And they have gotten away with it, and they've developed this cockiness. No, this is where it's going to end with Bed Bath & Beyond. So I went all in, and I continue to go all in.
How many shares? What's your position?
Does he not realize that, just how he feels free to go all in long on a stock? It's equally as legitimate to go all in short on a stock, and that what would they be being impugned from? Like what? It's this tangential suggestion that there's crime, and he's not saying it. Maybe he'll say it at some point, but oh, they're acting with impunity. They're not doing anything. Well, what would what would the authorities do? What did these, I guess, hedge funds, we don't even know. Who are they? I guess it's hedge funds. I don't, yeah, you have institutions, you have entities that are larger than you that have more capital. That's essentially what it comes down to. And you don't like what they're doing. Well, tough titties. What do you, what the hell else? I mean, this is being childish. It's being stupid. It's not understanding, even though you say you're about the data. I mean, so I went all in. I went all in. Yeah. And now, and now,
I have
60,000 shares with an average of what?
$2.50.
Oh my God.
That's not bad. That's not bad from 14.
Not bad.
That's not too,
yeah.
That's not too bad. Man.
Every tax return, every
oh my
Jesus.
I got an award. I put it all into Bed Bath, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't regret it. And I'm listening to your stream today. This is one of the reasons why I decided for the first time I should get on the stream. Because I hear KJ saying like, "Oh man, I can't wait to get the fuck out from a bankruptcy squeeze." I hear Roach telling us that he's out when like 3 weeks ago he was telling us, "Oh, you already won. You just don't know it yet."
His position would if at $2, whatever he said, 2 and change, his position would be down 94%, 94.72%. By my math here on TradingView. I mean, that's, but no regrets, no regrets.
You guys need to understand that Kaz can sometimes, I mean, a lot of people label him as crazy, but like he does sometimes say things that make sense. If you are going to do a carve off or a spin off or anything like that, it's not like, one day you wake up and there's extra shares in your portfolio. No, this is a procedure. And as I mentioned, I've been following this for over a year now, for about a year and 2 months. So I've seen everything in the entire journey. I've seen the bond deals that they were trying to do. I've the Hudson Bay Capital deal. Was it dilution? Was it not dilution?
It's been a total head fuck, man.
It's been a head fuck, but I think that I never doubted the board, and I know I'm gonna get some shit for that.
Amen.
I've never doubted the board. I don't doubt.
I had times where I have. But looking back,
I've never actually heard this guy open his mouth. It's hilarious and ironic that he would open his mouth and agree with like one of the dumbest things
there's
said
no chance,
so far.
Man. You have to understand.
I've never doubted the board.
This thing has been planned for over a year. Okay,
I think so.
Everything we are seeing is theater. They are covering their asses legally. They're basically.
Wait. Well, I tell you what. What do you think, Tony?
I think that's the case. I don't know. I don't really think that's the case. I
agree with you, Tony.
Creating a situation where they have to take out these predator short hedge funds. Ryan Cohen knows that if these guys survive, if these guys get this win, which is huge for them, then his GameStop's over. You said earlier on.
Then why did he sell His bet.
Yeah, they're gonna go straight to GameStop next.
Exactly, with this extra liquidity,
I sure hope
extra
so.
confidence that they just had, right?
Yep.
So
Amen,
what we know is,
yeah. I mean, really, what
you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying? Are you saying it? What are you saying? Huh?
What are you saying? What is he saying? I mean, okay, so you got 60 grand tied up in this shit. Well, it's not tied. You lost 60 grand on this shit. It's not tied up. It's lost. It's gone forever. So you got 60 grand lost. Of course, you're going to be bullish. That is the paradoxical, retarded reality that we live in. If you're down 90+%, you must be bullish because you can't, it's too late now because there's still a chance that you won't lose all of it. Not fucking likely.
over the past basically 2 years, they've perfected. Even Ken Griffin came out and he was boasting like, oh, thank God for meme stalkers because they taught us how to make our systems more efficient. What they didn't expect was a situation where the company takes its shares to OTC and people hold their fucking shares. Now,
yeah, they've never.
What?
That has never happened.
Never happened.
If you think about it,
What?
that has never happened.
How do these people know what has and has not ever happened? Are you kidding me? You guys have been watching stocks for less than 2 years. Now you're sitting here saying, oh, this has never happened before. We're special. This stock's special. We live in a special time. Get the fuck over yourself. Jesus fucking Christ.
In the history of the stock market, company goes bankrupt, people sell their shares. That's it.
Yep, that's how it works. Yeah.
And we've never had a situation where the company has been overbought 7, 8, 9, 10 times. God knows how many synthetics and fake shares are out there. And we're taking this to an environment that's dry as fuck. Like there is no liquidity around. They still need those shares. They know that they're short interest.
They still need those shares.
And it's probably higher than that now, man. That was 2 weeks ago.
Imagine
unless this thing goes
saying
to
that.
7, and there's literally a liquidation, and
Holy
they have
fuck.
to sell the shirts that they're wearing in order to pay back their creditors. They have to close those positions.
This has to be fake. These guys are joking, right?
We're going into an environment where interest rates are not going down. They're going up, guys. And the recession, and look, we're not the only battle that these short hedge funds are fighting. They're bleeding in AMC. No, I hate AMC. I'm with you on the Adam Aaron hate.
Yeah, man.
I'm totally on board with that. Fuck that guy.
CEO stinks, man.
But it's not just AMC. It's not just GameStop. They have a basket, and they have a collection of companies that they've been fucking with. So they have
a collection of companies they've been fucking with.
Thin. Okay, they can't deal with a bunch of
like zombie corporations that are basically in bankruptcy. Synthetic shears. Congress needs to do so. Well, they're on it, Ron. They're on it. It is Congress, so you got to give them
in a low liquidity, dry
election cycle.
I'm going into this OTC with fucking open arms, man.
It may not even we don't even know what may happen.
It may not happen.
I love you already, my man.
And just like the reverse split, we're saying, yeah, that's gonna happen. And then it turns out it was all,
They might squeeze, but I mean that is a pretty, I don't know. It's like taking the worst parts of the short squeeze mania from 2021 and adding it onto like, distress. It's just like, okay, now we went from trying to short squeeze these stocks that were closed down during the pandemic and now are, heavily shorted, whatever. We went from that to trying to short squeeze bankrupt companies. I mean, I don't know what's next. I honestly don't. But I mean, I guess they figure that all those shorts will have to cover and will cause a massive short squeeze. I mean, I don't know what the short interest is, but it seems like those would be highly profitable. So what are you actually doing?
Fugazi.
I don't know.
Doesn't
and ABC was saying the same thing. He was like, it's going to get canceled, and look, here we are. We're in bankruptcy court. There is no RS, and now we get to see what actually happens.
Exactly.
Now, so.
Look, bottom line, there are 100 million reported. Emphasize the reported here. Okay, 100 million reported shares. You've got Roach telling you it doesn't.
I wonder if he, in his career as a scientist, goes around saying, "Well, in the reported, in the data show 100 million quantity of this. Well, that's the reported data. Now, I don't know. You know, are we getting all the data? This is what came from the lab. That's what they're telling me. But how am I supposed to trust it? Garbage. Why are you gonna say, "Oh, I'm a scientist. I work with data," and then go conspiratorial? That is garbage. Fucking logic.
Matter. You know, there are the float is 740. Dude, I've been here for fucking 7 months and I haven't seen those shares hit the market. Okay. When they were talking about dilution, I knew they were definitely increasing the shares outstanding. What you need to recognize is that there's a difference between how many shares are outstanding and how many shares are actively trading hands. Right?
Correct.
It's very possible.
Well, that's called the float.
Bay wasn't a bad actor. At the time, I admit, I was one of the fucking... Dude.
No, everybody's a bad actor. No, don't you realize everything and everybody are bad actors? And, well, everybody is a bad actor and everything is malfeasance and crime having to do with meme stocks. So I don't know what epiphany you had.
As new information as surfaces, right?
Yeah. You mean as you do retroactive DD? That's what you mean. So not as new information surfaces, no. As you start actually doing retroactive DD. And again, I ask, in your career as a scientist, would you, let me just whip up this thing here. Let me just whip this up here. Oh, you know what? I better read up on those chemicals I just mixed, you know, because, wow, that doesn't smell too good. I mean, come on.
Be willing to have an opinion.
It is all illegal.
To constantly evaluate the facts.
It should be illegal. So be this fucking retarded.
So that you know what
you shouldn't be allowed to be in the stock. Well, actually, no, that's not true.
Initially,
we need these fools in the stock market. It's just that these fools have always been in the stock market. These types of fools, I think, not these clowns, but you know, there's always been retards, and there's always been people who, you know, are just going to lose all their money. We need them. However, what we don't need, and what we've never had, I don't think, is such loud voices representing the bag holder portion of the market. I'm just sick of hearing this shit. You know, like, why? Like, this is not a valid anything, in my opinion. Like, if this is what you're using your time studying the market and research and quote unquote DD, this is garbage. Like, this is not the way. This is not the way. I don't know. You know, nobody who would be still in the market 5 years from now and has been in the market for 5 years or more, I would be very surprised if any of them are on this type of bandwagon, because this is not what works. This is garbage. All right.
Sorry, I'm just going on a tangent.
No, it's awesome, AJ, and that's what science and scientists is about. Is literally looking at a situation.
Evidence-based thinking.
Yeah, and looking
evidence-based thinking. Evidence-based thinking. What evidence? What evidence are you actually talking about? Holy shit. He said it. He said evidence-based fucking thinking.
That's what science and scientists is about. Is literally looking at a situation.
Evidence-based thinking.
Yeah, and looking at it and speculating, what if this happened, and then observing the reaction to it. And it's like Ben Franklin with the light bulb, you know?
But you have to find out eventually, actually. You actually have to have something that you can actually rely on that is authoritative information. You don't have that. You never get that. Nothing is ever substantiated. But yet it becomes part of the narrative. I mean, kudos to ABC for, I guess, thinking to talk about this. But if you don't know what the data represent, if you don't know how to think about it in context, and if you don't know what it actually means, I think you're going to get taken for a ride. And I think that's what has happened. But let's continue.
Tried 1,000 times speculating. What if I did this? What if I did this? Failed. And everybody calls this tinfoil, but it's not. It's literally dots that can be either connected or not. And that's what this entire process is about.
Everything's connected. There's no coincidences.
Looking at the tweets, looking at the narrative, and going,
it's all in the tweets.
What if they created a narrative that allowed the bears to continuously buy in through the HBC deal? However, the problem with the HBC deal was they did two things. They leveraged the FUD that the media would run off with, so that was a smart move on their part. But then they made a mistake by anticipating how short they would be hit. And so therefore they couldn't maintain the floor, couldn't renegotiate, and had to cancel it. Then they went to another dilution medium through an ATM, again, to impose that narrative that we're diluting the shit out of things and we're heading towards bankruptcy and death spiral and everything. That forced these shorts to continue to kick the can. Because don't forget, you may say that's manipulative for them to create this false narrative, but really, they were under attack first. This is just a defense mechanism on their part.
And you know what?
In the sleeve is the bankruptcy court, Chapter 11, because you separate the debtors and you give yourself an opportunity to bring in the buyer. And guess what? The shorts also have to cover fundamentally. Otherwise, it stays on the books and they pay interest.
Real quick, let me just say this. SF with the 20 sec. I like this guy.
And that's
and then someone else.
That whole thing. Oh, we don't have to pay interest. We don't have to pay tax. The shorts don't have to pay interest. The shorts don't have to pay tax. Let's see the evidence for that. Where's the actual evidence for that? I haven't seen it. But they'd like to talk about it as a reason why, they love to short these companies into bankruptcy. No, that's not how it works. Anyway,
Rob G, $2. AJ, thank you for sharing your story, and we stand together.
I haven't, man. You guys haven't heard, man. I'm so pumped for this, and I see all this doom and gloom. Something you should know about me is that I have a bit of a condition where I don't get emotional, and that's actually a super.
Psychopathy. Antisocial personality. Yeah,
I think
we could,
because I can see things clearly. I can dissociate.
Oh my God,
very easily. My emotions.
Wow.
Like I recognize I'm down fucking bad. For me to break even, this thing needs to what 20x from where we are now. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. In fact, I have a position. Look, you have to understand. My plan is to buy on May 2nd. Before we take the leap, if we take the leap.
You're talking to the people who are making the same moves as you,
Look,
man.
I know you guys.
Hey, we get it.
Okay, good. Okay, but I've been seeing a lot of doom and gloom lately, and it's interesting. Like I wish I could feel that.
A lot of doom and gloom that's being presented. But
it's how you view the information.
It's all your perception on how you look at it. I look at that glass as half full, not half empty. So, and you again that's the way the human brain looks, is it looks for substantive reasons to justify your reasoning. So if you're looking at something negatively, your brain will actually search for all the negative in those filings and everything.
It's pattern recognition.
That's right. And
Tony F is the only confirmed bad actor. It's amazing we can see meme investors reacting real time to delisting, bankruptcy, debt spiral, and downsizing. Their reactions are fascinating. MMTLP is in first place. Bed Bath & Beyond close second. Detached personality. How about, generalized delusional disorder? I think that works. I mean, these people are delusional. Like,
and again,
does he really? They really think. I don't know.
Approach for selling. He looks at the situation. He looks at his cost factor, and he goes, "I'm out now."
And it's his own investment, right?
He also had. He had great ideas and he had bad ideas. Like when he was talking to me about Newell, and he really helped clarify Brett's connection, if any, right? For me, Because I was like, yeah, that would make sense. Why would he sell at the lowest, Newell would be at, given that it's his baby? That came from Roach, and I'm like, whoa, that's a great point. But then he starts talking about how Sue Gov's a bitch, and I was like, no, man, you don't talk about my CEO like that. That's Sue. Okay, she's driving the ship. She's working her ass off trying to get this to work for us. So my perspective is that nothing that we have seen has been an actual failure. It's all been theater. Okay, I really think that the Hudson
Total
Bay
conspiracy.
deal was always intended to fail. I think that they keep luring their
oh yeah, there's that evidence-based thinking coming in. Absolutely. Look at the evidence, look at the hard facts, the hard data. It all points to the fact that it was never intended to go through. It was meant to fail. That was intentional. Yeah.
Targets, because you have to keep in mind, Bed Bath and Beyond now, they're being used as a vehicle of death. The death of whom? The death of short hedge funds. Yep. It's always been the case. I don't think Ryan Cohen.
Right. Yes, of course. This is the death of short hedge funds right here. I mean, what in the fuck is this guy talking about? The death of short hedge funds. No, actually, it looks like the rebirth, the fantastic triumph of short hedge funds. I mean, like, do you not realize? I mean, shit, this fucking stock was $20 fucking as recent ago as August. Actually, yeah, I mean, it hit damn near hit 30. Like, this is I mean, this is devastating for short hedge funds. My God, how are they going to survive this?
Come in. He knows he has this loyal fan base. He knows we make
death of their
and
portfolios.
all the cryptic tweets and this and that.
He could have
just
cryptic tweets.
Get out,
more evidence.
This guy is not going to throw his entire reputation because he's like, oh, I realized.
No, this guy realizes that the people who bestowed this reputation onto him are a bunch of morons like you guys. And he knows that whatever he does, you all will take it one way. And that way is favorable to him, no matter what he does, including selling his position. That's amazing. He could literally shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and still, have all these fans. Anyway,
they were doing share buybacks. Give me a fucking break.
He knew it.
That's why he bought in. That's why he bought in, because of the share buybacks. And then he literally he tells you, my position changed. So we're not going to get into his interview. My point is, 5 days before he sells his shares, he puts up a fucking moon emoji that he's still dealing with in court. Okay, he knows what he's fucking doing. This guy tweets once every month, once every 2 months. He doesn't put out a tweet lightly. He knows that whatever he throws, it's like a banana in a monkey cage. He knows we're going to eat that shit up. That tweet is still up. You can go to his Twitter. You can find it. If he has any shame or remorse or guilt about that, he'd take that down.
Yeah.
And
this guy.
I just want to add, AJ. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your train of thought.
I just want to finish this last point about RC. Okay, this guy knows what he's doing. Okay, this guy has had this. If you look at the Teddy trademarks, if you follow the legal trail, they go as far.
This guy knows what he's doing. Also, great evidence-based thinking there. Yeah, I trust this guy. He knows what he's doing. Okay. Wow.
This guy has had his.
No wonder he works in the sciences and he doesn't make a lot of money, he said. Like, probably a lab technician or something.
Whole plan from the moment he sold Chewy and even before he bought into GME, he knew this is how he was going to navigate things. Okay. All his base are holding GME. He's not going to take GME into bankruptcy. All these hedge funds perfected their algorithms to work with apes on an open market. What they haven't prepared for, what they don't have an algorithm for, are apes holding an OTC.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the trap that they have been luring these hedge funds towards. And it's just the most retarded among us who are going to hold these shares in OTC.
Yeah, I agree with that. Do you not realize that OTC, I mean, they don't realize that OTC is more easily manipulated. So I mean, and like, let me spell it out. That would be bad for retail investors because they are going to be on the bottom end of this fucking. You catch my drift. So, I mean, have fun with your OTC fantasy. There's a reason why the companies on OTC are shit and frauds and bullshit, and why a lot of people, myself included, but that's irrelevant, but I'm just saying, don't fuck with that shit. No interest, none, zero interest. And here they are thinking that now this is the catalyst. The catalyst is getting delisted. Yes. You are so that I mean that is wow. Amazing.
Trust me. And this is what I'm betting on. You don't have to trust me. Okay, not financial advice, but what I'm betting on is that this is going to moon like crazy in the OTC, simply because of the low liquidity. And you can bring up your point, ABC.
Yeah,
Or it could go to below 1 penny. It could go sub 1 penny for the same exact fucking reason. And you're too biased, yet you're a scientist, but you're too fucking biased to even entertain the notion that your little fantasy ain't going to happen. So this is some garbage. Thank God it's almost over.
One you have to consider is that when he bought in, you're absolutely right. He was working on this in 2019, and actually 6 months before he even wrote the letter, he was designing the Teddy website, and there's literally BBBY and Baby's products on there. So if you go in the Wayback Machine, you can literally see 6 months before he even wrote the letter to the board, he was already designing an e-commerce platform. But apart from that, a lot of people are going, well, no, why did the board not support him in the court case? Why did they kind of infer him as a memester? I'll give you two propositions. And the first being is one, the hedge funds hate RC guys. Why? Because he's an activist investor. Okay, they literally created FUD about Nordstrom, Alibaba. Everything has been a court case against him. He pumped and dumped. The entire narrative on their side of view is RC, and they kind of manipulated their narrative right through FUD. But what if, and I only present this, what if the board leveraged that hate for RC and played it within their narrative and allowed everybody to continue to focus on him? He's not showing up. He's not showing up. And they remain silent about it. They ignore the cryptic tweets that Ryan is posting. And what if the primary issue is to deal with the Jake Freeman by...
How about new rule? Canadians are not allowed to talk about this shit. Okay? Can we just agree on that? No Canadians, no Canadian DD. All right? Now, I hope that my file, my permanent record file, I mean, if I know Tony, he probably has like avatars for each person, profile, like pictures of them in the file, mugshots, if you will. I really want him to use this one for me. So you can grab it, screen grab it already if you want to. That's the one that I prefer. And since it's my file, I should get my file, my choice. Okay. My file, my choice. So don't infringe on my right. Pick my own avatar for that. Now, oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Hold on. The studio line is lighting up here. Hang on a second. Oh shit. All right. it looks like we have breaking news actually right now. And I'm being told that Ants Trades is back on YouTube. Ants Trades is back on YouTube. So I guess let's see what he's saying. Let's see if he's still bullish as fuck as he was before. Okay.
What's going on, guys? Just throwing together a quick video for the weekend. Hope everyone's enjoying their weekend. Last week's price action was fucking perfect. Legitimately fucking perfect. We didn't get the price that we want.
I'm digging the Mandelbrot fractal though.
We had some calls expire out of the money. I did. Not fun. It is what it is, though. I mean, the algorithm is going to do that. It's a premium vacuum. That's what it's going to do. Still tracking perfectly, and we are about to see some fucking boom candles for real.
Model 3, dude, we got team coverage. We have team coverage of Ants Trades. We're happy that he's alive and well.
So,
despite the calls expiring out of the money, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that.
That being said, jumping into the video, we're gonna start with the macro. I showed you guys this in the last video. This is just updated now. Descending trend line is taken from the same spot on the left cycle. This is prior to the January squeeze, and then the current cycle over here, same spot. You have descending price action the entire time.
Wow. Yeah, because technical analysis from 2017, 18, 19, and 20 predicted the run-up in 2021. Yeah, that's good. Good. You're on the right track.
Descending price action until you flatten out right here. You come down, flatten out, and then this is the pattern that you have.
Is there anything that could be more irrelevant?
Descending price action, lower lows, come down, flatten out, and now we are being pushed to the right and through resistance. We actually broke out of resistance of the macro on Friday, which looks very fucking good. So this is some macro perspective. Probably going to come back to this chart later to show you guys what I got for,
but see, Manuel, in this backwards, upside down, inverse, inside out, mirror image world we live in, stocks continuing to go down is bullish. Come on, man, get with the program here. Because the only thing that makes stocks go down is shorting, and particular naked shorting. And shorts are guaranteed future buyers. So stocks going down is bullish. That's the best I could do off the top of my head. But the price action from 2017 and 18, that's really the key. That's the key to this whole thing. Yep.
Our peak next week, what I'm expecting. So that's pretty much it with that. Jumping into the 4-hour line chart. This chart.
That's it for that. I mean, we're only less than 2 minutes in. What are you going to talk about?
It's more aesthetically pleasing than anything else. I don't really use this. I just like looking at it. Really what you have is a W on both sides with 3 peaks in the middle. And that's exactly what you have here too. It's a W with 3 peaks in the middle. It's just a fun chart to look at. It looks very nice. Gives you a very nice picture of what you got going on.
Look at that.
A little bit easier.
I know what he's been doing this whole time. He's been searching for these patterns between the the past and the present. Searching for patterns because that's what our brains do. They want to make sense of this crazy chaotic world, where things don't make sense all the time, and there oftentimes are not connections between things, but our brains make them. It is pretty. It is pretty. Yeah.
In the candles, I would say. So that's just that. That looks very good for us. The 4-hour candle chart, and this is zoomed in now. So this is, these boxes are labeled. You got the purple, red, yellow, and then bluish color, and then same thing over here. This next chart is zoomed in with candles on these charts. Pretty much the same movement. You have this V here in the purple. Come down, you ladder down here. Same thing here.
Ladder
Come
down.
here to the bottom, form a cup.
Ladder
up,
down.
Come down, up, form a cup up, down, up to the resistance. Reject
Oh boy.
Retrade.
It went down and then up and then up and then down. Okay. Game genie codes aside here. Yeah, that's what stocks do. They go up and down. So you're literally hinging your future wealth on the fact that, oh, look, it went up and then down and then down. And I guarantee you, if we look at these candle patterns, well, I mean, you don't even have to look at it. It's not the fucking same. It's not. And you don't need anything to know that. But, you know, you could look at a seasonality chart, for example, and then you could see, yeah, you know what? There are patterns that do tend to repeat because of different seasons, because movies come out at this time and people watch more movies at this time. Okay? That has nothing to do with the squeeze. It has nothing to do with you getting rich. It has everything excuse me, it has everything to do with these clowns not understanding what they're looking at, not understanding business at all. At all. That's it. That's the problem here. These clowns have no clue what they're looking at. And they don't know shit about business.
Same thing on both sides. This is the January 15th knife. Very exaggerated. Knife. I posted something in the Discord a while ago. It's more a tinfoil than anything. Pretty much saying because we were supposed to have a lower low on this side of the W. I'll show you what I mean. So this side of the W here,
Lord,
is supposed to be a lower low.
How's it going, man?
Just the same way you have it over here. This is a lower low right here than this is. This is the lowest low when you flatten out. It's right here, right before you squeeze. We were supposed to get this lower low. I'm assuming.
It wasn't the squeeze.
That should have been it.
What?
The gap fill at 405.
That wasn't the squeeze. What are you talking about? Okay.
We're supposed to get this lower low. I'm assuming right here. That should have been it.
No, you weren't supposed to. So he thinks that it's supposed to repeat the same pattern. So if you got a lower low 2 years ago, you should be getting a lower low now. Why? You're not even looking at. Are you even looking at the same time frame? Is it even the same time of year? No, I don't think so. I mean, no, it's not. It's not the same time of year. What he's calling the squeeze, which is the GameStop squeeze, that happened in January. Well, we're going into May over here, but because it follows the same up down pattern, we're going to say it should have a lower low. Okay.
Right. Lower low, I'm assuming right here. That should have been it. The gap fill at 405 should have been our
I don't understand what forces people who think like this think are acting on the market that would bring this to fruition. Like this is the most illogical shit I have ever heard. It should have had a lower low. Yeah, they you know what? They messed up the programming. There's a problem in the script, okay? They got to go back and troubleshoot it. They got to go back and debug it. You know, maybe they should they should
I theorized maybe the algorithm cost to borrow.
You know what? There was a power outage in the data center, and some critical systems got knocked offline. I don't know.
FTDs, you know, all that fake shit. Is
all that fake shit
the reason that the algo couldn't bring this, you know, this down? Maybe there was a lot of buy pressure at the gap fill at 405, and that's why we found a bounce. And the algo couldn't just find the sell pressure to make the lower low. Fast forward a couple weeks, and then we're in the January 15th sequence right here, calling for a knife, and then after hours we knife. Way more exaggerated than I originally thought, but it made sense in the grand scheme.
Yeah.
Giving us the lower low that we did actually get after hours. It wasn't intraday. The lower low was after hours, but we still got it regardless. So,
I mean, regardless, I'm not commenting on emotional problems. I'm not commenting on anything beyond what's being said about the stock and this insinuation that that this is in any way related. and a repeating pattern of some kind. I mean, emotional problems are, that's irrelevant to me. Although sometimes it does make things funny.
Regardless of any of that, the pattern still played out perfect, and we are now outside.
What do you fucking want from me? Get off my dick!
Of the macro, we broke through a lot of price action here, but we are above the macro resistance right now, sitting right above it. So again, looks very, very good for next week. What comes next? We're probably sitting somewhere right here because we didn't cross this high yet. And just based off my tracking, which I'm going to show you, we're probably sitting somewhere right here. We didn't get the rest of the move, and this is why our calls expired out of the money this week, the $6 calls. We didn't get the rest of the move, and that will be coming next week, in my opinion.
See, the difference is, we're not going to necessarily highlight the emotional problems. Like that's not going to be the primary. It's never the primary thing. But of course, we see it. It's on display, so we can enjoy it that way. But you know, it's not the prime. It is about the stock market and evidence-based thinking and all that kind of stuff primarily. And yeah, you're going to get a dose of emotional problems along the way. But
along with the rest of the squeeze. So that's pretty much that. Jumping into the micro now. Now, this is zoomed in even more. This is a 5-minute chart of January 22nd, 2021 on the left, and a 15-minute of our present day pattern we got going on. This right here is zoomed in right here. This whole sequence here, this whole thing, the rejection, retrace, pop through, rejection, retrace, pop through. This right here is zoomed in on a smaller time frame. I've been tracking this for the past 2 weeks, and it looks very good. And I've been posting in the TA sections. Everyone has seen this by now. This is the pattern that you get. I'm probably in the way here. There's the gap, and then you come up to the top. And then this is the pattern that you got, and then you break out and hover right above the resistance. Same thing here. You break out, hover right above, and then you gap down. Same thing. Gap down, bounce off of the previous resistance as support, fill the gap. Same thing here. Bounce off of the previous resistance as support, fill the gap, and then you come down one more time to test the previous resistance as support again. Same exact thing here. You find a bounce and an uptrend. You find an uptrend, and then this uptrend pretty much takes you to the squeeze. We didn't get the rest of this price action. This is why our calls expire out of the money this week. But this is the rest of the price action. After this day is 2 gaps, and then the algo snaps, and you go to your highs of January 2021, which I'm expecting next week.
Here we go.
So this is
wait.
what I showed you in the last slide.
Going back.
Price action. This is why our calls expire out of the money this week. But this is the rest of the price action.
Well, if you had $4 calls, they wouldn't have expired out of the money. So why are you saying it's why your calls expired out of the money? No, the reason your calls expired out of the money is because you bought a strike price too high. You were too ambitious. You were too bullish. You thought the stock would go up by this much, but it didn't. So that's not, this fake fantasy price action that you've copied in here. That's not why your calls expired out of the money. Your calls expired out of the money because the price was underneath the strike price. That's why. Okay. Why was that the case? Because that's where the market traded. Period. Anything beyond that is, like I said, fantasy, speculation, and whatever else. But there were plenty of calls that expired in the money. Yes, they just weren't the ones that you bought. So the market is not going to punish you specifically. That makes no sense. How do they know? Oh, well, everybody was buying $6 call. Yeah, because they were cheap. Because you took a big old hit of hopium beforehand. I don't know. But why were you? I mean, full disclosure, I traded AMC calls last week and I made money. So I wasn't trading $6 calls though. Anyway, continuing.
After this day is 2 gaps, and then the algo snaps and you go to your highs of January 2021, which I'm expecting next week. So this is
next week. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll have to update the we'll have to update the old chart, huh? Here, can we just duplicate this one? Come on, can we? Ah, Jesus. Yeah. What the hell? Oops. Don't delete it. Let's do a call out. So we'll put it on Wednesday. January 2021 price levels per ants trades this week. All right. We'll see.
Is zoomed in to what I showed you in the last slide, and then this is zoomed in even further. This is what I've been tracking all week. This played out in about 2 hours, and this took us an entire week. This uptrend that we're sitting in here took us an entire week. It tracked perfectly the entire time. You got this W here. You can't really see it because it's the 1 minute candles, but this is a W.
It doesn't track perfectly. Quit fucking saying that. It does not track perfectly. No, it does not track perfectly. Jesus Christ. Like, oh my God. No, it does not. You're not even looking at the same fucking duration.
Flatten out. Same thing here. Flatten out. Come up into the next range. Flatten out again. Same thing. Come up in the next range. Flatten out again. Then you come up even further. Higher highs here. Higher lows. Same thing here. And
those aren't higher highs.
Come up. Test on the yellow. Same thing. Test on the yellow. And then you come up and flatten out, and we are sitting right above the support right now, which would be right here, probably in this doji candle right before these boom booms. And these boom candles here is the start of the squeeze in January. So that's
wait. I thought there wasn't a squeeze in January. Now there was a squeeze in January. Okay.
As soon as we cross 555, 556, whatever it is, we are in these boom candles that took you to the highs of January 2021. So
why though?
And
tell us why.
The fuck.
Uh-oh. All right.
So possibly on Monday we just ride this support up and break out at open. I'm leaning towards we're just going to gap up in the morning.
Yes, because that's what I like to see. I want to see it gap up massively. Gap and crap.
Probably to the $6 or $7 range. We don't have to. We could just ride this up until open and then break out from there and then play out the rest. But I'm leaning more towards just gapping up on Monday. So
wow, he's predicting a gap up.
That is that. I forgot to show this. This is the SPY charts. I showed this in the last video as well. You have this W that plays out here, and then you pop up into this channel. Same thing. You break below. And I said in my last video, every time you break below this channel, you regain the channel. And what happened? We regained the channel. So it looks very good. And this break below, and then
look at him using log charts. Oh, look at that. He's a pro now.
Here was pretty much at the same time as the squeeze in January 2021. So we're there.
It wasn't.
We're at the end, and we're about to squeeze, in my opinion. So that is that. I just want to show some more confirmation. This is the ape chart, looking pretty bearish. So, which is good because if you guys have been paying attention,
good.
We've been inverse ape for I think since the knife of January 15th. I could be wrong. It could be longer, but since the January 15th knife, the after hours knife that we got, we've been inverse ape. So what you have on ape right now is a pretty nasty head and shoulders here. Which is a bearish pattern, and so we're expecting AMC
January 15th
anyway. It would make sense if we're...
What year is that referring to? January 15th. January 15th. God damn it. January 15th was not a trading day this year. January 15th was not a trading day last year. So it must have been 2021. So we're literally talking about 2021 again. Okay. I guess. Let me see. I mean, I distinctly remember somebody doing this 15th. Oh, no, it's not that. I have
For
no idea
inverse
what
ape,
he's
that ape
talking
would shit
about.
the bed.
Maybe he's talking about
So
ape. Maybe he's talking, okay, I guess he's talking about ape. January 15th. But no, what January 15th wasn't a trading day. Whatever.
that
I
looks
don't
like
know.
what's going to happen
I
here.
can't
It looks like
make sense
this
of this
head
shit.
and shoulders is going to play out, and ape is going to shit probably back to the lows of 65 cents. It could be lower. So anyone who's holding ape, I'm just throwing that out there. Not financial advice. It looks bearish to me. It makes sense to me that.
Okay, by the way, he said that AMC and ape are inverse. So ape is the candles and the blue line is AMC. So I'm not, I mean, there's a couple times where it does, but by and large, they move together. I mean, like, maybe we should just go on daily candles. So like, to use his type of analysis, up, down. Okay, this here is a little bit, but I mean, you did get a rise in price here. So, same thing here. It's muted, but same thing here. But then, then it sort of goes, but then so it's hit or miss, but I mean, generally speaking, I mean, you can't deny this. This is not an inversely related chart, not an inversely correlated chart whatsoever. Which means that all that means, I mean, it doesn't really mean anything beyond the fact that AMC, the valuation the market has placed on AMC, the company, is lower overall. So both of these had to go down in order for that to be the case, and that's the case. Now there might be some localized, you know, arbitrage-based adjustment here and there, but by and large, the market has priced it where it's priced it, so it's lower, and they both went down. So
That ape would be very red next week. So here would be AMC squeezing and ape shitting. AMC squeezes to 20, 30 bucks. Ape shits back down to 60.
why would that happen now? Oh, that's right, because of this cycle. So he does not incorporate anything beyond the chart, TA, price action, which is foolish because the price action is merely just a graphical price representation. But behind all of those moves are, fundamental factors, macroeconomic, just all the different stuff that goes into earnings. So if you are ignoring all of that stuff, are you going to come up with a comprehensive analysis? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I always think it's silly when these guys are only looking at the charts. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me
Something like
personally.
that. Then from there, we're expecting AMC to go from 20, 30 bucks back down to 8, which would be this pop right here. And then from $8, we should bounce and find an uptrend, which would be this drop for ape. And that uptrend takes you to Moass, which is where it would probably sync up, and they would both just fucking rip at the same time. So I just wanted to show this. It's even more confirmation to me. I think it looks good.
Of course,
Not ape specifically, but AMC looks good. Ape looks bearish to me right now. It looks like it's going to be coming back down to these lows, if I had to guess. I feel like this is going to play out very symmetrically. A W type move where you bounce back up to this high right here, come back
that's
down to
nice
the low
and simple.
here, up to this high.
Kids can
down to
understand
this
that
low,
one.
And then, wherever the fuck ape is going to go. I have no idea, but I think it's going to play out symmetrically like this. I think ape is going to shit next week. So that's that. really quickly, I want to show you guys this. So I'm not saying this is the case, like 100%. I'm just saying this is just TA, based off of the fib extension here, and pay no mind to this chart. We're just looking at this right now. This was the January squeeze.
Fib extension.
I have this on the 4-hour chart, extended hours, taken from the low, high to the low. This squeeze came up almost to the 4.236. Crossed the 3618, almost to the 4236. So, you know, and I'm measuring this off of this pattern that played out here, where you flatten out at the end. So I did the same exact thing for where we are now. And if we do get the same kind of thing playing out, you could expect a peak of this squeeze around, I would say, $22. I would say anywhere from $20 to $25. You could probably expect the peak, just based off of Fibonacci extension alone. $20 to $25 makes sense to me, and then you would come back down and refill whatever gap that we leave on Monday. So really, I'm expecting Monday to, hold on a second. I'm expecting Monday to look something like this. It's possible we just gap up in the morning. I think Monday is going to look something like this. And then after hours into Tuesday pre-market, we're going to peak. And then from there, we're going to come back down and then fill the gap of whatever we leave on Monday. So that would be that. And then you play out this
because that's what happened there.
Takes you to Moass.
It came back down and filled the gap.
That would be that. And then
what? Okay, whatever.
You play out this pattern, and then that takes you to Moass, and then that's it. So that's pretty much that. And to go along with that, the $20 to $25 price target, again, that's based off the Fibonacci extension. I'm going to show you on the macro now. It actually makes a lot of sense when you're looking at this. In January, you flatten out here, break out, and this peak comes pretty much up to the right side of the cup in the yellow. It's pretty much even right there. So just doing the same thing here, this would pretty much take you into this $20 to $22 range here. Maybe you overshoot it a little bit to like $25. I don't think we're going to go anywhere past $25 on this squeeze. Personally, I could be wrong. We could go to 40. There's a case for 40 just off of measuring the move. We're going to know pre-market, in my opinion, we'll probably open at the top. So I think whatever we open at on Tuesday is the top to me. If it doesn't look like it's the top, I'll let you guys know. I'm selling everything at Tuesday open if we open at $20 to $25. All of my contracts, I'm exiting them all. Whatever we open at on Tuesday pre-market, if Tuesday is the day. But yeah, so Fibonacci extension.
If Tuesday is the day.
And then just looking at the macro perspective, it's saying $20 to $25 before we come back down to test the breakout, which would be like $7, $8, form the uptrend, and then Moass from there. Just pointing this out too, this macro took four years to play out, approximately on the left. The macro that led to the squeeze in January took about 4 years to play out.
What?
Macro
it took 4 years to play out? What? What? No. This over yet.
2 years to play out. I'm just mentioning this. I'm not sure if this is going to be the case, but I think it's worth mentioning. This played out twice as fast. From the squeeze here, it was 4 months until the June squeeze. It's possible it's only 2 months until the June squeeze for us, the June squeeze for us, which would be Moass. It's possible from our peak next week to Moass, it could be 2 months, which would land in July. So yeah, that's pretty much
God
that.
Bless America.
And I showed this last time too. OPEX, 7 days, 7 trading days from OPEX was both peaks. So
OPEX.
January 15th OPEX, 7 trading days later. May 21st OPEX.
Look at this.
Trading days later.
They're living in the past. He's literally, oh my God. He's literally counting the number of days after the option expiration. Holy shit. Okay. Good job.
There was a holiday in between both times, so those ended up landing on a Wednesday. This time around, there was no holiday, so the 7 trading days landing on a Tuesday instead. It's possible that there is some significance to a Wednesday peak. I think it's more likely the significance is coming from the 7 days post OPEX, the 7 trading days post OPEX, rather than the day of the
7
week.
is a
So I am expecting a
biblical
peak on
number, isn't
Tuesday,
it?
and that is pretty much it, I think.
Okay.
So what are we expecting for next week?
We'll go with that. We'll go with that's pretty much it. Okay. So that's the breaking news. Now, I don't want to forget about this here. Tony's got a couple things here that we need to look at, apparently. Tony F. Denaro.
But we are not here for bankruptcy. We are all here for a squeeze. We all believe that there's more shares sold than AMC knows about.
Oh, that really? Wow, he's taking a stand. I didn't know that Tony was this hardlined about it these days.
And that potential is
Wow, look at that. Silencer shop. Cool.
always there. But if it doesn't happen on,
You know, I feel like shooting some chickens for some reason right now. I don't know. Just popped in my head.
the time frame we want, in the meantime,
Photographing. I mean,
getting the fundamentals fixed is the best way to ensure we don't go to zero, that we don't end up in a Bed Bath and Beyond type situation. Because I literally would be sick to have to hear from tens of thousands of people who watch their investment go to 10 cents. And I'm not going to sit here and advocate like some of these other YouTubers. I want it to go bankrupt if I can't have my way. Well, you're not very caring of millions of people then, is my answer. It seems rather selfish.
this is the stock market. This is capitalism. It's all fucking selfish. And you're sitting there drinking whatever you're drinking. Looks like piss. It's pretty selfish too, isn't it? I mean, how dare you be doing something that pleases yourself? What a heathen. No, I don't give a fuck. Don't give a motherfuck about millions of people. And neither do you, Tony. Neither do you. You don't give a fuck about millions of people. Also, I don't give a fuck about corporations because corporations are not people. And goddamn if they deserve our fucking sympathy. Holy shit. Talk about a fucking subjugated and brain dead population. I mean, that's what you got there. You know, you got a group of people that literally feel emotions for corporations. They literally have convinced themselves of these emotional narratives. Nope, sorry, can't do it. Refuse to.
GT, what's up?
Date an accountant is a better option, is another option. Okay, well, we can see that he's cool. Let's move to the next one. So there's another clip here. So later in the video.
AV Diggity says, why do you still hold AMC and APE? I'm assuming you believe that you can make a profit. How do you envision best case scenario? I'm in a little bit more unique situation, AV Diggity, than some, because I bought my first AMC back in late May of 2021, but I also bought call options. And the more I started seeing it go up from 8, 9, 10, 12, I started loading up on the call options because I thought.
Wow, quite deceptive. Avoiding eye contact there with the camera is what I'm noticing. Is that what you noticed?
That there was a good chance it could squeeze. And as soon as it started running up 40, 50, 60, 70, I started selling those call options. So I already made all of my profit on this play. My shares, for me holding them now, it's not fun seeing them in the red because I continue.
But you're still in the green
sporadically all the way through November of 2021, as high as 38.
Let me go back a little bit and hear that again.
They did the creation of the preferred diggity than some, because I bought my first AMC back in late May of 2021, but I also bought call options. And the more I started seeing it go up from 8, 9, 10, 12, I started loading up on the call options because I thought that there was a good chance it could squeeze. And as soon as it started running up 40, 50, 60, 70, I started selling those call options. So I already made all of my profit on this play. My shares, for me holding them now, it's not fun seeing them in the red, because I continued to buy some sporadically all the way through November of 2021, as high as $38. And I still have those. It's not fun to see them in the red, but overall in this play, I'm not in the red. I'm in the green by a long shot. And I've bought call options maybe 4 or 5 times over the last couple of years, every time AMC.
So he said that, now correct me if I'm wrong here in summarizing this, but he bought call options as it was going up, and then at some point he sold them, took profit. So he's already made his money for the play, he said. That's his words, not mine. And he has shares now, but he's still very much in the green overall, although the shares are in the red. Okay. So he sold, took profits on AMC call options, presumably because he realized that the move was exhausted, that it was going to come down. That would be, I think, reasonable assumption to make. Why else would somebody take profits? Why did he notice that? How did he notice that? And critically, this is the critical thing I'm curious about. Did he communicate that to his audience at the time? Well, it's funny you should ask that, huh, Scott? Yeah. Here's his channel. And I know it says 1 year ago, but I looked at one of these videos up here, and it was from August. So remember when SFT was a thing, the controlled squeeze? This is going back, okay, July 30th. All right, let's keep going back. Forget AMC. Are you being manipulated by the media? This is the first video that's on here. Ape Fest canceled. AMC FTD at 4 million per day. Here's July 16th. So presumably he'd already gotten out at this point. Huge news, AMC share vote withdrawn. That was the beginning of, the bullshit. It was a beginning.
Good morning and welcome to the Tony DeNaro channel. We have some huge news this morning with the share vote.
What happened? What happened to Tony? In the span of less than 2 years, he went from he got 10, 15 years younger. What happened? Interesting. All right.
On AMC being withdrawn by CEO.
Maybe he got a new camera.
Let's get right into that. Let's first see how this news is impacting the pre-market pricing on AMC. It looks like we are at 53.96, so up almost 2% from the
53.96. Oh my God. July 6th, 2021, 0 comments, 33 views. That's like a Scotty views count. Wow, that's about like
I think this is going to be a huge catalyst for this week. Let's look at the tweet.
Yeah, how huge? Did you buy more calls, or had you already closed them out at this point? I don't know. Questions.
Adam Aaron tweeted this morning, "It's no secret. I think shareholders should authorize 25 million more shares, but what you think is more important to us." Many say
that was
yes,
dumb.
Many say no. AMC does not want to proceed with such a split, so we're canceling the July vote on more shares. And No more such request in 2021.
Okay.
Looking at the second part of the
Yay.
voting on the other 4 issues requiring approval at the July 29th annual AMC shareholder meeting will continue on schedule. But, and this is important, Proposal 1 hereby is officially tabled. There will be no voting before 2022 on more shares. Guys, if you are short on AMC, this is horrible news. If you own AMC shares or call options, this should be a good week for you. So the market's about to open. Let's get into it on the live stream, and good luck this week for all AMC Diamond Hand holders.
Diamond hands. Yes. Well, July 6th. What is that music? Oh my God. Rid of that crap. Daily. Let's see here. Where is it? Where is it? July 6th. July 6th, right here. Well, no, it was not that great of a week. I mean, it wasn't the worst week. I mean, there were definitely worse weeks coming up. So, you know, if you don't like this one, just wait. But yeah. See, where am I going here? I'm trying to go from, yeah, here it is. Okay, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's Friday. All right. Right there. Yeah, it was like a down 13% or so that week. So that's cool. Anyway, back to this.
He gets really, really low. I'll buy call options for 60.
But the point is, no, it doesn't look like he was talking about that at the time. He was still talking about, oh, it's bad news if you're shorting
days
AMC.
out and then sell them when it pops up.
Except you could make 13%, you know, in the week. He said you're going to be good, looking good if you're long AMC. So no,
there's always those
that was wrong.
Lows and then the run up. So, you know, I've been able to stay ahead on this play. It's a easier hold for me than for some. And I get it. That's a unique position for, you know, it might not be.
Well, yeah, that's the unique position of people who actually took profits when they realized that, hey, you know what? I'm actually looking at a pretty decent little chunk here. And I'm not going to be greedy. Or I'm not going to be, you know, that greedy.
Everybody's position. But it's an easy hold for me. At this point, I think that there is a eventual recovery for the company in 2024 where they will have profitable quarters. But you know, as long as I see high cost to borrow, high short interest, and high retail interest in the play, and as long as we are reasonably sure that the float is oversold, there's still a potential for another run up.
That's
I've never been.
That means nothing. The float is oversold. I know what they think that means. I know what they think that means, but that's not what that means. I think Lou started saying that first, specifically using the term oversold. No, it's not a thing. It's not how it works.
Targets of what that is, but I have said that these guys telling you 500,000, 100,000, they're probably clickbaiting you. So whatever the run up is, you know, I would advise that you consider having some brackets to sell into the next run up. Were there to be one?
Were there to be one? Okay. Well, there always is, but it's always another run up. But the problem is that these run ups are lower and lower and lower each time. So, I mean, brackets, it's not really, you know, that relevant anymore as far as I'm concerned. Brackets, come on, brackets. That's so spring of 2021. Brackets. Come on. Okay. Let's see here. What do we got now? Let's see. Are these the same ones? Let's see. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit over into some other stocks. How about MMTLP? Making markets
They told
retarded.
us in no uncertain terms from every angle that we would have the 9th and the 12th position close only.
Who told you that? I don't believe so. I don't believe that's true. I just don't believe it. Show me something.
These are facts. Can't be disputed. The S1 went through 4
I just fucking disputed it.
Revisions from July until December. Every last one of them prescribed how this was going to end. The SEC approved it. And they decided that they were going to change the rules in the middle of the game.
Change the rules?
The facts are there. The facts are clear. And the facts are on our side. And the problem is, in picking this fight with us, they've opened themselves up to scrutiny.
Uh-oh.
Let's see what kind of a clean, upstanding operation you're running, FINRA. If you are confident that nothing wrong took place here, if FINRA is confident, or if you are in here and you don't believe that we are in the right, you should stand with us too and call on them to release the share data. You should agree that they should release a full audit of the share counts. Prove us wrong.
No, that's not how it works. See, we've been over this many times, but, you know, it's... No, you need to prove what you're saying is true. Okay? That's the difference. Right now, you're just sitting there bitching, spouting off about a bunch of shit. I haven't seen one fact substantiated. I haven't. And when I did go and look into it, it seems pretty clear that the MMTLP people are just novices. And they're not paying attention to detail. And they don't understand settlement time. They don't understand these types of details about the market, but they think they do, of course, because they got the ape DNA. Nobody is going to prove you wrong. You need to prove that you are right. That is the burden of proof on you. It is not our responsibility, even though we certainly do just take it upon ourselves to do it, because it basically does itself. At this point, you don't have to go any farther. This is, all you need. When they start saying, "Oh, prove us wrong," you've already lost. You have already lost the argument, but you're too much of a Muppet to even realize that. So no, not going to prove you wrong, but we're just going to let you continue to prove yourself wrong.
Release the blue sheets.
Basically.
If they oppose it, there's a reason. They're hiding it. This is what they do.
They're hiding it.
This is what they do. And we're exposing that. And we're exposing the bigger danger of having a self-regulating organization that has to answer to nobody.
This is, like this is to say this is cultish is not even like it seems trivial. It seems like a major understatement. Fuck. They.
Govern something as important as a free market.
Do they even understand what free market means? No, I don't think they do. I don't think they do.
There. There's no balance there. It's un-American.
No, in fact, it isn't. It's un-American? Dude. Wait a minute. Is it dominated by major players? Is it dominated and controlled by people who have the most money? Is it dominated and controlled by corporate interests? Yes. Well, then, my friend, it is not un-American. You are a fucking retard if you think that those things make it un-American. I'm sorry, and it sounds like I'm being cynical. I'm not. That's how things are. It ain't like Schoolhouse Rock. It's not nice and neat and tied up with a bow like you want to think it is. That's capitalism. That is the nature of a system that is unfair at its core. And there are no guarantees, but that's why it's on to you to be educated, to be sharp, to have critical thinking skills, to work hard, to not trust people you shouldn't trust. I mean, this is basic fucking shit. This is basic fucking shit that I think junior high school students have a better grasp on than these clowns. Holy shit. In their minds, everyone is guilty until proven guilty. Yeah. The world is controlled by corporate interests. Is it also unworldly? I think they would say yes. I don't know. I mean, that's right. Like ungalactic. Yes. Does not belong in our galaxy. I can't believe that entities that have more resources are going to be able to do more. I mean, that is just un-universe. It's unreal.
It's un-American to have no checks and balances in place. It's un-American to be a quote-unquote self-regulating organization, especially one that leans to the side of opacity instead of transparency.
Wait. Is he saying that the market has a rather opaque transparency to it? Is that what he's saying? I don't know. Now, I'll tell you this though. He said that that it's un-American not to have checks and balances. And I have to disagree. Well, first of all, I think there are checks and balances. And it's not like there are no rules whatsoever. It's not like there's no regulation. That would have been the 1920s. We're in the 2020s now. So we have regulations. But beyond that, what is it? What is a free market? What is a free market? Let's see here. I guess I can just pull up, I don't know, Investopedia or something. Free market. Free market, an economic system based on supply and demand with little or no government control. So he literally wants the government to step in, I guess. He wants more government control, yet he's, saying that that would be a more free market. That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. Voluntary exchange and the laws of supply and demand provide the sole basis for the economic system without government intervention. key feature of free markets is the absence of coerced, forced transactions or conditions on transactions. You mean, like, I don't know, positions shouldn't be forced to be closed? Like, I don't know, like short positions maybe? Huh? Or you know, a system where you're able to buy the dumbest securities? Like we don't advise you buy those, but we'll sell them to you. Sure. Like bankrupt companies. While no pure free market economies actually exist, and all markets are in some ways constrained, economists who measure the degree of freedom in markets have found a generally positive relationship between free markets and measures of economic well-being. So, you know, there is no coercive central authority that controls the market. Why would you want that? Why would you want that? Anyway, so in their eyes, they want more regulation that would be freer in this instance.
One that appeals to defaulting to insults as opposed
Wait,
to provide.
are they talking about those SEC commercials, those infomercials? Is that what that what he means by insults? Come on, lighten up. Lighten up, dude. Okay? It was funny. You guys are clowns.
Hiding their data. And they lock all these people up, these SEC guys. They lock up they lock up these stock pumpers, and they put these people in jail. This Atlas Trading Group deal, and
Okay.
you know
Didn't they break the law?
I could rattle off a list of people: Stockton Equities, Preston
Didn't they
Langley,
defraud people?
Jordan Belford.
Didn't they defraud people?
The crimes that they are allowing to be committed against the public are more heinous than those.
What crimes? What fucking crimes are you talking about? The fact that you did not get to have a little short squeeze. The fact that you bought into a get rich quick scheme and it didn't play out the way that you were promised it would. How is that the free market's fucking fault? You know what happens in a free market when that happens? Too bad, so fucking sad. Bye. You lost. The free market does not fucking care. You're out on your ass. You're out in the cold. You lost. Okay? That's the free market. There are no fucking do-overs. There are no do-overs. You will not get 2 more days of trading. There are no do-overs. There's no undo. There is no control Z for that matter. So you better be very sure of what you're doing. That's why you have to pay attention to detail. That's why these people are in the position they're in. I would say in a lot of cases, they didn't do their due diligence and they're trying to do it now retroactively. And it just doesn't work. Like I said, there is no control Z or command Z if you're on one of those fruity computers, Apples.
And on
command?
a grander scale.
Yeah.
And they know we're coming. And we won't stop coming until it's over. So if you're in here and you're with that side, you better brace yourself.
Tony.
Because this community is unlike any other you have ever fucked with.
Yeah. Way fucking stupider.
And you're learning it more and more as every day goes by.
Tony Tenko is nailing it on the head. No one forced anyone to buy a shit stock. Nobody forced you to buy a shit stock. In order for people to win, in order for there to be winners, there have to be losers. And it sucks being a loser. But, you know, it's almost like, I don't know, you could use those losing experiences to learn something so that next time, well, hopefully it's not the same type of mistake. Hopefully, it's not the same, hoping for the same type of thing to happen because it's already proven itself not to happen once. So, like, that's a big learning lesson right there. Looks like it's pretty much over. Well, yeah, he yielded his time. Boy, that's, like, okay. Let's see what we got here. What else we got? Now this is going back, yesterday, I think. But anyway, here's something.
Who's convinced that the lead director on our board is on the take? Who's convinced?
Here's the.
It's not smart business right there.
There's some idiot in Boston who's.
There's some idiot in Boston.
It's not smart business right there.
There's some idiot in Boston who's convinced.
I love how the subtitles say there's some Indian in Boston. There's some idiot Indian in Boston.
That the lead director on our board is on the take because he's got a daughter who's involved with a crypto exchange. I mean, it's all crap. It's all garbage. There's nothing there. It's so ridiculous.
I know what you're talking about, and I think our concern is this person. I think it's David Lauder.
I don't know. It was Al from Boston.
Yeah, but the individual you're talking about, sits on the board also at Morgan Stanley.
No, he doesn't. He sits on a board at Morgan Stanley, not the board at Morgan Stanley.
And so there's a little bit of uncomfortability with that, I think is what they're trying to explain. And I'm not saying it's a big issue or not a big issue. I'm just saying if there is issues that need to be addressed.
The guy doesn't tell me what to do.
No one's trying to tell you anything.
No, I'll tell you. No. I'll tell you about Phil later.
Okay.
Doesn't tell me what to do. He doesn't. So he doesn't tell me what to do. So certainly his daughter doesn't tell me what to do. But I'm just telling you, this stuff that floats around that you guys read, that you give credibility to, it's all crap. It's all garbage. There's only one thing.
It's only a conspiracy when it's proven true, right? It's only a conspiracy.
Yeah, but when it's false, then it's bullshit.
Yeah, there you go. It's only a conspiracy. What did he say?
Credibility to, it's all crap. It's all garbage. There's only one thing.
It's only a conspiracy when it's proven true, right? It's only a conspiracy.
Yeah, but when it's false, then it's bullshit.
And when it's false, it's bullshit. But speaking of the idiot from Boston, let's see what we got. The settlement is insufficient. Oh my God. My latest letter to the judge and special master. I need your video clips. Investors call to arms. Call to arms. Great wording. Okay, well, we'll just go with the latest. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Len. That's what I was thinking. Like, doesn't he have this backwards? Like, then it becomes, I mean, I guess you could say it still is, like you and I conspired to, whatever, commit a crime, or we conspired to whatever. I mean, that could be true or it could not be true. But I think what he's talking about is like conspiracy theories, which in my mind, because of what Adam Aaron is saying, it's like, okay, these are outlandish conspiracy theories. Like there's not, uh, it's like QAnon. That's what, I mean, Josh Apish Bambino was right way back when, 2 years ago, when he called this QAMC. I mean, that's really, you know, and there's a lot of overlap in the people. So, like people who believe in Pizzagate, for example, you know, or people who are obsessed with Hunter Biden, etc. They're not real big on facts a lot of the time. So anyway, all right, let's see what. Yeah, long live Josh. I hope he's good. Yeah, miss you, man. All right,
Everybody, it's Al from Boston.
let's kick it off.
Let's kick it off.
Boom.
But I forgot, didn't you?
Kicked.
I want to talk about this stipulation thing. Let me start off with a small short rant. What really grinds my gears is the fact that we have all these people that have been in this community, in this play, for almost 3 years. And all throughout that time, they were the loudest people in terms of obtaining justice. We need justice and this, that, and the other, right? And we're finally there. We're not even doing anything. We're just sitting around aloof, allowing these people to, to walk over us. Let me tell you something, and I want you to take it to heart, right? Back in the 1940s, when Japanese airplanes bombarded Pearl Harbor, we responded with 2 tactical nuclear weapons. That community has never been the same. Now it's all about Hello Kitty and other Japanimation stuff. They've never been the same, right? What we need is overwhelming force in terms of our intellect, in terms of our conviction.
No, you don't need force. You need no type of force. This is not a force problem, okay? It's not a force problem. You got to stop thinking like G.I. Joe wannabe. Not everything can be solved with fucking force. And if you're a military person, you should fucking know that. No, you don't need more fucking force. God damn it. Shut the fuck up, Al. Your ass belongs in fucking Guantanamo.
Look at the stipulations. This is insane, you guys. I read this whole thing, and let me show you what really bothers me. What really irks me. Benefit of the statements, blah, blah, blah. Oh, right here, P. P. Let's take a look at P. Defendants deny all allegations of wrongdoing, liability, and damages with respect to their plaintiff's release claims. Okay. People don't write stuff like this unless they were caught doing something. There was merit to the claim. There was merit, right? There was merit to the claim. That's the first thing. It keeps going on, right? It keeps going on. It talks about how this settlement, right, allows the defendants, AMC and Adam Aaron, to walk away with no admission of guilt whatsoever.
Well, welcome to settlements. You thought they were gonna yeah, we fucked up. I mean, wait, what year of law school are you in? Okay.
It's wonderful. And they're just, hey, we'll give you the settlement, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. It's all good, baby. It's all done. It's over with. You don't have to worry about a damn thing. That's unbelievable. It indemnifies them. Have you thought about what that means to you in the future? Because I know it's going to happen. Most of us know it's going to happen. If this reverse stock split happened.
Yeah, he's totally fake. He's totally fucking fake. I don't even think it's a real person, to be honest with you. I think he's AI. I think this guy is clearly AI. I mean, I don't actually believe that, but he embodies what I think of when I think of a bot or an NPC. Like, Al is a shill. There's no question in my mind of that. I don't have proof. So, don't even go there. But he's a drone. He is a drone. He is, a non-playable character. He is a character in general. So it doesn't surprise me that he plays up the accent sometimes. Like, no, dude, grinds my gears.
That price will go to $30 and it'll come crashing down to the single digits again. And that, my friend, is that. It's over. Because people are going to sell. And Tara will cash out. We'll have
Antara. Oh, maybe you should sell.
We would have to buy. I'm talking like, I mean, we wouldn't even get a chance to buy, really. I mean, fucking Citadel is just going to gobble that up. The market maker is just going to eat it all
Market maker. Market maker. I'm going to start calling you Norm.
Understand that. Like, they think there's some, this time they're just going to let us out. Like, they're just going to let us go. No, they're not. They're not. They're just not going to do any of that. They're delusional if you think that. They're going to annihilate this stock.
Delusional.
They're going to annihilate it. Okay?
They are going to annihilate it. No. AMC is a shit company, okay? That is running out of money and has the shittiest investors, the shittiest shareholders ever, like legally. I mean, it is, I think it's been shown by Consumer Reports. Like, these people are fucking retarded. And they won't allow the company to raise money to issue shares because, they don't even call it that. It's dilution. It's always dilution. But before it was dilution makes AMC price go up. I don't know what happened to that. Now they will do anything not to have dilution. Oh my God. How dare the company want to survive? But they expect the price somehow to shoot up once it gets past the 555 range. Yeah, next week it'll be 333. 2 weeks it'll be 250. Just if we can get over 215, it's gonna shoot up. I don't know why. I don't know what force is behind it, but boy, if it gets up, it's gonna shoot up to the moon. No, it's not. No, it's not. And it shouldn't, because the company is a shit company. So they are going to, whatever he said, kill it or short it down, whatever he said. Good. We're not in a time period where shit like June 2nd can ever happen. So keep that in mind too. We're in the anti-June 2nd era. This is anti-June 2nd.
It's just sad. It's sad that people still believe this guy. That's saying, "Oh, it's going to go tenfold." Listen, we lose 90% of the shares value.
Oh my God.
That we own. How much sense does that make?
How much sense does it make not to understand what the difference is between $10 bills and one $10 bill? I mean, pop quiz, Al, does your equity change or not? Now, the answer is no, it does not change. But do you even know what that means? I don't think so.
It's an honest question. How much sense does that make?
It makes a lot of fucking sense if the goddamn stock is about to be delisted, okay? And that's a major reason why this is happening. And I called this months ago when I said they're getting dangerously close to a delisting level. And now we know Adam Aaron confirmed that. He confirmed it. We saw it last night in the stream. So how do they not understand reverse splits? I don't know. Now, this is somebody who claims to be in law school, if you can believe that, which listen, you better not be able to believe that. You might be in the wrong channel. But there is no way that somebody who is unable to understand reverse split and everything else that he has butchered over the years, there's no way. Maybe he's in law school. Maybe. I doubt it. But I'm saying there is no way that clown actually becomes a practicing member of the bar. There's no way. No way. If he becomes a lawyer, then I'm going to be fucking president of the world, because that is some fucking bullshit. All right.
Not a lot. Not a lot. But this new admission liability, though, I mean, it's just the denial of wrongdoing. We're acknowledging to them, right? They're not guilty of anything. They haven't done anything wrong. It's just like the FINRA.
It is entry-level market shit, Ron. It is. It absolutely
Citadel
is.
was convicted of this, but
bizarre.
Basically we caught them, but they're not going to acknowledge any wrongdoing or fault liability. But we'll just pay a fine just because. That is.
Why is he making a big deal out of this? All of those fines that Citadel and all of the market makers and all the institutions and all the FINRA members, all those fines that they made a big deal out of a few months ago on various cycles of FUD, they're all acceptance, consent, and waiver. They are all that. So this is nothing new, and it means nothing. This is how this shit works.
Acceptable. That is unacceptable. Why would you let that happen? I mean, have you been victimized to the point where it's like you're just like, yeah, whatever. I just want to get it over with. Is that where you are right now? I challenge you. Look at this. Let me show you the final one. This is the creme de la creme in my book. This was the insult of all insults. Let me show you. Where is it? K. I believe it was K. Let me show you. J L M. No admission, no liability. Okay. No admission liability. This settlement or any actions related to it should not be considered as evidence or admission of the validity of the plaintiff's claims.
Wait, where's he reading that?
Deficiencies of any defense or any wrongdoing or liability or the part of the defendants. Similarly, it does not mean the plaintiffs admit their claims lack merit to the defendants or their valid defense. And this is the best part: the use in future legal proceedings. If we get into a trial with Citadel, we can never bring this stuff up. We can never use it. So the released persons, parties who are no longer liable due to the settlement, may use stipulation and or order final judgment to in order any future legal proceedings to support their claims of defense. This includes invoking principles of res judica. All right, collateral estoppel rather, release, good faith settlement, judgment, bar or reduction, or any other claim of preclusions or inclusion preclusions, issue preclusions rather, or similar defense or counterclaims, as well as any connection with.
Hey Al, Hooked on Phonics worked for me. Okay, go back. You need to brush up on your phonics, your reading. Jesus Christ.
It might be a class action later. That's why, if you're smart money, you'll opt out and wait. It's 1,000 shares. Oh,
if you're smart money, you're nowhere near this. Okay? You're smart money. You're nowhere near this, or you're shorting it and you've already made a shitload of money.
It's like they give you 1 for 7 or some bullshit. Oh, that's going to help. Really, guys, that's really going to help. After the reverse stock split and convergence, that's really going to help. It's just a complete scam. I'm telling you, you guys, the whole thing is just a big sham. I see it from a mind.
Well, you were an advocate for all this. So does that make you a scammer? Yeah, I agree with that.
Mile away. I know exactly what they're going to do, and they're going to do it. And you guys, anyone that's listening that doesn't believe me, you don't have to. I don't care anymore. I don't care if you listen to me. You just enjoy yourself being victim.
Oh, no. We listen to you. Of course, we don't believe you. And you're a perfect example of everything that's wrong with this phenomenon in the stock market and on social media. So don't stop making videos. We definitely watch them.
It's going to happen. Believe me, it's going to happen. And then I'm not going to even rub it in. I just won't even.
It doesn't really take a genius to understand that the price of AMC does not belong at $30. So, it really doesn't surprise most people if when the reverse split happens that the stock is going to go down. Like, that's not that amazing of a call. However, I guess it is because a lot of people, I guess, think it's going to go up. So I don't know.
Acknowledge you after that. You get so many people that don't understand what's happening, that don't understand the.
You could say that again.
I'm sorry, not the market structure, but the legal structure and how this was constructed. How was this
the legal structure and how this was constructed? Okay. Both of those things.
Constructed. And the funny thing is, right? The funny thing to me, did anybody in that filing, the plaintiff especially, ever acknowledge the fact, okay? I'm just going to put this out there. Anyone ever acknowledge the fact that of the 140 million institutional owners of AMC filed 13 Fs? And you know what? None of them filed ape shares. Don't you find that interesting? Why is it that 140 million institutional owners of AMC filled their 13 Fs, but none of them filled them on ape shares? Don't you think that's interesting? These are the factual omissions, guys, that
what does that have to do with anything?
These lawyers in Allegheny are either intentionally doing or they're just inept. Because they haven't done enough research. This was thrown together.
They haven't done enough research. Yes. Yes. Pot? The kettle? Yeah.
The judge has this proclivity to make these things fast. Let me tell you, for this case, it's impossible. It's impossible to make this quick. It's impossible to do this hastily. There is so much evidence that needs to be brought to the surface. The court and the people and the shareholders have a right to know. But this is fast food, Persian bazaar manner. That's what this is. That's what it's turning into. The expediency here, trying to get rid of this hot potato. I just think it's really bad. I think it's bad news bears. I think that's what it is.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? The settlement itself, right? The settlement itself is just absolutely, considering what they've done, right? Considering what they've done, how they misrepresented the backings of the AMC token, all the willful neglect, everything. None of that stuff was ever brought to the shareholders' attention, to the court's attention. We were harmed in such a way because of the lack of action, rather. It's just insane. Everything is just inadequate. Everything is
inadequate, including you.
The actual, document and what it says and what it's requiring, what's given to us and promise and settlement is insufficient. And that's how I'll end this video. It is insufficient, and it is an insult to my intelligence, and most of yours. It's an insult to our intelligence because it's just like, do you think our eyes are painted on? Like we don't see what's happening here?
Wow. Dramatic. Al is an insult generally. He is. Jesus. I really don't want to, but I will.
Everybody, it's Al from Boston. Let's kick it off. Listen, I'm making this video because this is a call to arms. This is your time to implement your ideas into my strategy. I have an overall strategy. I've already written something pretty.
This is what? That makes no.
Listen, I'm making this video because this is a call to arms. This is your time to implement your ideas into my strategy. I have an overall strategy. I've already written something pretty extensive, pretty conclusive, but I need help. I need your help, specifically your brain. So we're going to crowdsource it. Right now, on average, my videos get 6,000 views, something to that effect, right? What I want to do is I want to create a master logical document that encompasses all of our fact findings, everything that we've noticed, witnesses.
Astrological?
Now, I see things differently from other people. You might see things differently. Another person might see things. What I want to do is I want to create a master logical document.
Master logical. Okay.
All of our fact findings, everything that we've noticed, witnesses. Now, I see things differently from other people. You might see things differently. Another person might see things. So what we have to do is we have to combine and couple all of the facts and the ideas and the evidence to create one.
Seeing things differently does not mean there are different facts. Okay. Well, what are you talking about here? Yeah, people have different opinions on things, but that's the thing about facts, that they are pretty much one way. Now, what that means, it could be interpreted differently, but I mean, come on, man. Like, what are you talking about? What the fuck are you? I guess we have to
Of
just
what it
listen
is that
more, I
happened, and
guess.
we can cover this through crowdsourcing. So
Look at
I need your
this.
help with this. Here's what I've got so
Retroactive
far.
DD.
The creation of APE. Tell us,
Creation of A. Let's go back in time.
hey, how was this created? What was how did you infer? How did you take it? How was it notified? If you have screen captures, if you have videos, audio, if you have any kind of evidence in terms of screenshots or like Twitter feeds or
why would you want all this garbage?
At alfromdc202@gmail.com. You can email it right there, right? Whatever it is that you want to write about, absolutely. Tell me about what you experience. I want to know explicitly what you were told, how it was told, and what you believe was going to happen. If you know the creation of it, how it was created, like most people think it just came out of nowhere, out of thin air. No, that's not true. It actually came from AMC Comment. They took a piece of it.
Most people think that it came out of thin air. Most people think that. Yeah, I don't think that most people think that. They realize that, God took the man's ribs out and made a woman, and the woman was called Ape.
AMC Comment divided it in half and dropped it into Ape, so it wasn't free. We know it wasn't.
No, it wasn't divided in half. Where do they get this divided in half thing?
Free, but Adam Aaron says it was free. That's not the case. So it's things like that, the processes, the issues that you've seen so far. The price went down, the price went up, the irregularities.
The price went down, the price went up. Oh, wow, that's crazy. I mean, it must be crime. They must have done something wrong. The price should not go down. The price should not go up.
It
should stay the same.
Talk about how Antara, how they're always conveniently at the right place, the right time before things happen. I think that's very interesting. The implementation date, how long, whatever you got on that, put it all together, put it in a chronology, right? This date, this time, this is the issue that I saw. This is what I don't.
So basically do the research for you. Why don't you, talk about why? This is like the 6th time or something that this clown has done this, like asked for like crowdsourced knowledge and evidence. Like, oh, if you have any evidence of improper activity in off-exchange trading, yeah, let me just whip that right up because I have access to it. You don't, though. Nobody knows any of this shit.
Like about it. This is not okay with this. Everything that's in your chest that you want to get out, get it out now. And I want you to talk about the factual omissions. What you told about. What were you not told about? What do they omit? And factually, right? Be as detailed as possible on this one, guys. Include the individuals, the people that are involved, the press releases, whatever it may be. And if you have the evidence, send it to me. Absolutely send it to me. If you have any videos, that talk about this or any other subject.
How about a video where we talked about how this ape dividend will not be good for AMC? Let's just say that such a video exists where I say, and we say here on this channel, that, oh boy, you guys are in for a ride. This is a bad sign. You're fucked. How about if I give you that video? Because that actually, surprisingly, would actually be a video that is substantiated in the way it plays out, the way things played out, validated what we said. I'm just saying, if a video existed that said that, would you want it? Would Al want it? Because not every video out there is Muppets crying that they made the wrong decisions, overinvested by a lot, need the stock to go up, like very soon, and that they can't take it anymore. So just be careful when you say you want people to email you, because you might get a video that you didn't expect, like one that rips your ass apart.
This
For
lawsuit,
example,
send it to me at alfromdc202@gmail.com. alfromdc202@gmail.com. Create a
sounds
fake
like a
email. I
fucking
don't care.
infomercial.
You want to leave your number?
With no information in it. Yeah, that's enough of that. Who else is there? There is, oh yeah, of course, Donnie Who George. That's how I spell it. But it doesn't like that. Didn't even come up, didn't even find him. All right. Right. Adam Aaron back insulting their intelligence.
Financial advice and legal advice for entertainment and educational purposes. The only thing I say is
Oh, it looks like more reverse split, brain dead nonsense. Yep. Look at this. 10 $1 shares, not the same as one $10 share. Well, here we go.
my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, the subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff so you get your videos. I put them out so I'm thinking, see, man, analyze that data.
But,
listen, Adam.
Oh, the data isn't false today.
Vegas, talking nonsense again.
Yeah, he's probably drunk and he probably had a great time gambling with money that you gave him. Think about that. He was in Vegas. He wasted more money there than you have in your bank account, Donnie. How do you feel about that? And it's because of you. You did that. You did that. You should be proud. He had a great time.
Okay. Yo, he thinks we are idiots. I mean, there's no other way to explain it. And then he gave his example again. If you have $10, 10 singles in one hand and a $10 bill in the other hand, you have the exact same thing. No, you do not. No, you do not. And here's why. A very simple example so everybody could understand. If I have 10 shares in one hand.
We're not talking about 10 shares in one hand, Donnie. We're not talking about 10 shares.
At $1 a piece, and I got one $10 share in the other hand at $10.
You'd rather have the one $10 one, right?
If AMC goes up $1, in my left hand with my 10 shares, my 10 $1 shares.
Oh, okay. But it's not going to go up the same way because the number of shares outstanding is different. So it would be a proportional type of deal. You'd have to add another term in there. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but a stock that has 100 million shares outstanding going up by $1 versus a stock that has 500 million shares going up by $1, that is a different move. That's a different move. It's not the same. Okay, so it wouldn't happen that way, is what I'm saying. It would happen whichever way go, basically however many shares there are. Now, you can't have a parallel universe and say, okay, well, in this parallel universe, AMC still has 519 million shares. And what did it do? No. So, I mean, yeah, there's dim flickering light here.
I have $20. In my right hand, I have $11. If one share goes up $1. If the share go up $1 and I got 10 shares, that 10 singles becomes $20. And that's a big, big difference. And he knows it. I don't even know why he keeps using that example, because it is insulting. It is insulting to me when he uses that example. If you have 10.
Why? Because you can't understand it? I mean,
in one hand and one $10 share in the other hand, if the 10 $1 share goes up $1, you have $20. If the one $10 share goes up $1, you only have $11. So they.
Oh, you got cheated out of $9. No, by the way, you don't have $20. You don't have $11. No, you don't. Did you close the position? Then you have $20 and you have $11. But if it's in your brokerage account, that's not really money yet. And by the way, not everybody could get out at that price. Not everybody could sell at that price. So your market cap is probably lower than what it is shown to be, because by the time that you get out, if you choose to, which they probably wouldn't, the shares are going to be lower, because, that's what happens when there's an aggressive selling. So I'm just saying that this is a retarded example, makes no sense, and you don't have $20. You probably have closer to $14 by the time it's all said and done, or less. All right.
They are obviously not the same thing, and he knows they're not the same thing, but he keeps saying it. And it irks me when he says it. I mean, I take it personally when he says that nonsense.
Well, that's a problem, okay? That's why you are such a bad investor. Quite frankly, it's one of the reasons. It has to be. You're taking things personally that a corporate executive said. Well, I would talk to your counselor about that. I really would, because that's it's an inappropriate response. What good is that doing? It does no good. Plus, you're wrong too. So this guy is such a clown. Holy shit.
It's like he thinks we don't use our critical thinking skills. He thinks we are idiots. But
no, he knows you are idiots. Don't make no mistake. He knows that you are idiots, okay? He's no fool. He knows that you are.
Something else he said that was outrageous. You know what? You know the reason he said he wants to do the reverse split? He said
because AMC is going to be delisted. We all know that.
It takes out the embarrassment of having a $1, $2, or $3 stock. So somehow he knows AMC is going to be pushed down to $1, $2, or $3. I thought he said the market makes the price. I thought that's what he said. But every time he talks, he seems...
Listen to how loud he is shouting. God, what if his mom's trying to sleep in the next room?
To know the exact price that AMC is going to go to.
Well, he didn't say an exact price now, did he, genius? He said apparently $1, $2, or $3. That's not very exact. And he also said that it's going to be delisted. And that would be catastrophic. So, I mean, this is a complete bust here.
And he also admitted what I've been saying forever. The reverse split will not have any impact on the price. The criminality will. He didn't say the criminality will, but he said it has no impact on the price. He said if it's before the reverse split or after reverse split, it won't affect the price of the stock. He said he wants to do because he don't want to have the embarrassment of a $1 or $2 or $3 stock. This man thinks we are idiots. He thinks we don't think. Okay? He really thinks we are dumb money. He really thinks we are dumb money.
If the shoe fits.
He goes, because I guess he looked at my video. He goes, oh, well, I hear people saying we're going to sell the whole 408 million shares. He said, no, we'll sell some. We won't sell all. Unless we have to. Listen. Adam Aaron tells us things that if you utilize your critical thinking skills, you will realize that he is not for retail investors and he thinks we are idiots. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. If you have 10...
He's not for retail investors. He's for keeping the company going. How is that so hard to understand? You bought into a lie. You refuse to acknowledge that you bought into a lie. So everybody else is lying. Everybody else is insulting your intelligence. Everybody else thinks you're dumb money. I mean, do we need to look at the chart again? Do we need to look at the percentage lost again? Yeah, it's pretty clear that these people are shitty fucking investors and traders. I mean, and that's not, it's nothing personal. I'm sure some of these people are really nice. Yeah, right. But no, like, sorry. Now, where is this other one? Something about Donnie, the Tony F one. Which one is? Oh, here it is. Here it is, right here. Tony DeNaro analysis of the AMC judge's decision was biased and failed to mention important facts. No, of course he wasn't. This guy, do you think this guy listens to anything or anybody? I mean, all of these people, they don't listen. Al from Boston, there's no way. He can't even read. He can't even read a sentence properly because he's so, I don't know, ADHD, spastic, retard, whatever. I don't know. He's in a hurry, rushing. He thinks he knows what it says, but he's way off. Well, at least the word started with the same letter. No, they don't listen. They don't listen. And I've been saying this for 2 years. And I still say it when some of these clowns, if they come into the chat during these live streams, whatever, and spouting like ape rhetoric, you need to shut the fuck up and listen. You need to actually just shut up and listen. And so in order to help you do that, because we do want you to succeed, we're going to mute you. You can't comment, can't participate in the live stream. It's for your benefit and the benefit of everyone else. Shut up and listen, actually, for once. And don't talk back. And if there's objections, we can address those at some point. Hold all questions until the end. But they don't do that. They don't listen. They don't care. They just want to, it's who's the loudest. I mean, and clearly, he's trying to be the loudest. I don't know who's louder, Donnie or that loudmouth Trey. Oh boy, he was a loudmouth.
Not legal advice for entertainment, educational purposes only. And anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get the videos I put them out. See what I'm thinking, see me analyzing that data. But like I tell every day,
data release, this is false. Market, bad trading decision. Listen.
Tony DeNaro, he did a video yesterday. Somebody had sent it to me, so I took a look. I don't really look at his videos too much, but if somebody sent it to me, I take a look. And what he did was...
Does that mean you'll look at Scott Allen's videos if somebody sends it to you? Will you take a look? Pretty please?
He gave his analysis of the judge's decision yesterday.
Well, Tony DeNaro is in with the Chancery Daily lady. So even though he's not a lawyer and Donnie was, supposedly, I think, that's a hard choice. I don't know.
And the thing is, and this is just my opinion, his analysis was completely biased. The key points.
Say it ain't what? Whoa. You don't say. An AMC YouTuber was biased? I mean, you got me scratching my head here.
That reflected the judge's true feeling about what was going on. He failed to mention in his analysis. He mentioned the status quo. He mentioned the mailing. But he forgot to mention that the judge said Adam Aaron publicly thanked the retail shareholders for saving the company, and that it delivered $2.2 billion in equity. You don't think that would be something very important for his followers, his subscribers to know? I mean, it's very important that his subscribers know that the judge knows that retail investors saved the company, but somehow Tony...
See, I'm skeptical of that whole retail investor save the company thing. I don't really think so. I don't really think so. But maybe we can dig into that later sometime. Anyway, what difference does it make? Already, all the apes believe that. They've heard Adam Aaron say it. Who cares what the judge thinks or knows? It's irrelevant. Okay, so nothing burger.
Tony DeNaro did
Extra
not think
mayo.
that was important enough to tell to his audience.
This is a weak ass reaction video, I'll tell you that. He really doesn't have anything here. But the irony is there probably is a lot that he could say. If you catch my drift. He's just stay out of fucking debunking and fact checking. Also, Froggy Styles, stay the fuck out of it.
He never mentioned the voting or the common stock or the things that the judge felt were very, very important.
Oh, like Tuttle's claims being irrelevant and not reflecting the latest information. Yeah, Tuttle got smacked down. Really, really great justice for Tuttle there. Tuttle was wrong. Oh, I love hearing that.
To the fact that the judge said it becomes almost impossible for the common stock shareholders to defend themselves at the ballot box because of the ape shares.
Now that's a disingenuous twisting of the words. That was in relation to mailing the postcards.
Okay, the judge knows that the ape shares, well, not she knows. The judge, by what she wrote, suggests to me that we were biased by the creation of these ape shares. So, Mr. Tony DeNaro, when you decide to analyze things from the court, please give all the information to your subscribers.
Boy, the balls on this motherfucker, right? The balls on this bald motherfucker. Please give all of the facts and information. I'm not going to stand up for Tony. But motherfucker, what a little piece of shit. I mean, well, what an asshole. Okay? What a dick. You have no fucking business telling people to include all of the relevant facts. None. Zero. Okay? And you wow. What a fucking
Tony
asshole.
DeNaro, when you decide to analyze things from the court, please give all the information to your subscribers, to your followers. Don't just give them the information that seems to benefit Adam Aaron. Give them all the information. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think it was an oversight that Tony DeNaro didn't tell his audience this, or you think it was done on purpose? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.
What if it was a short video and, a summary by definition is not going to include everything? It's not going to include everything. So you have to leave some things out. Yeah. Just garbage. This guy sucks. I mean, if you wanted to react, if you wanted to, wow, look at all these videos. I haven't watched any of them, or we're not going to, but okay, last one.
It's not financial advice, not legal advice for entertainment, educational purposes only. And anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, like YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get the videos I put them out. See what I'm thinking, see my analyzing that data.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Lynn, because CSI did say that he got some new information, and the first thing he did was he ran home and called up Donahue. So they're like best buds. They chat on the phone. had a laugh, together. Best buds, ebony and ivory, right here.
I tell every day, the day they release
together again,
gives a false narrative. The
in
market
perfect harmony.
Bad trading decisions. Listen,
squarely on the side of the no voters.
You got these shills. Well, let me not say shills. Yes voters who are leaving me these messages.
Fuck this dumbass schism of no voters versus yes voters. By the way, the no voters are fucking assholes. If I'm on anybody's side here, and I'm not, but if I were, it would be on the yes voters side, not the no voters. The no voters are the most toxic of the most toxic of the toxic, as far as I've seen now. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know what other people have said, but the no voters are the real pieces of shit, I've noticed. I have not played him rapping his intro. I've not heard that. I'm not aware of that.
Sending me emails that.
Now, wait a minute, though. Emails, most people don't check their email, I was told. I was told that most people don't use email. That's why they need to send out the postcards. But his followers, which again, low on the totem pole of critical thinking, they email him. That's curious. That's odd. Somebody's lying.
The longer this takes, the high likelihood AMC is going to go to bankruptcy. That AMC only has 2 to 3 months of money left, and me pushing that a reverse split is terrible, is not a good idea, and blah 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 blah. Listen to me. All you guys who think AMC only has 2 to 3 months worth of money left have not been paying attention. I want y'all to think about something. When the pandemic started, there was no money coming in. For 18 months or longer? Did AMC file bankruptcy during that time?
No, they didn't. And you know why? Because there were shares that were issued. Shares were sold into the market, and that got them money. Yeah, there was no operating revenue. They didn't sell any tickets, but they definitely got money. So I'm failing to see where this is going so far. Another fucking false analogy from the king of false analogies.
AMC filed bankruptcy during that time. Did they? When there was absolutely no money coming in, just money going out, did AMC file for bankruptcy during that time?
No, and there was money coming in, as I just said. Look at that smug fucking face. God, this guy is just fucking trash.
No, they did not. So why do you think
this guy, people like this should not have a platform, okay? Period. There's no reason why this guy should be influencing people to make decisions and filling their heads with this garbage.
A year and a half of blockbuster movies, blockbuster concession sales, Highcroft mining, the Visa card, the merchandise, the popcorn they can't keep it on the shelf. They can't keep it on the shelf. It has become so popular. So if AMC didn't file bankruptcy where only money was going out and there was no money coming in, why would you think they're going to file bankruptcy now when they got all this money coming into the coffers? The only way AMC goes bankrupt now is by deliberate malfeasance. Okay? That is the only way, in my opinion. And I'm going to tell you to buy, hold, or sell AMC.
I mean, maybe he doesn't know. Oh, my God. It's, yeah. Wow.
But I'm telling you, based on everything I'm seeing, based on everything that happened during the pandemic, if they didn't file for bankruptcy when they had no money coming in, how could they possibly file for bankruptcy now? Unless
that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And again, shows that he knows nothing about business. You know what? There's actually more to it than just that. Oh, if they didn't file for bankruptcy during the pandemic, there's no way they should be filing for bankruptcy now. That is the dumbest fucking thing I've heard today. No, it is. It absolutely is. God damn it. I can't imagine being this fucking dumb.
they're doing it on purpose to screw over retail investors. Anyway, please leave some comments.
What?
Happened during
Listen.
But I'm telling you, based on everything I'm seeing, based on everything that happened during the pandemic, if they didn't file for bankruptcy when they had no money coming in, how could they possibly file for bankruptcy now? Unless they're doing it on purpose to screw over retail investors.
That makes no fucking sense. God damn it. I hate this guy. I fucking hate this guy. What a piece of fucking trash. Garbage. Dude. Doing it on purpose. Yeah, they're fucking doing it on purpose, you fucktard. God damn it. Oh my God. You know what? Oh. I mean, I just can't like that is just so fucking dumb. Wow. Excellent point. They have plenty of money, our money in the hedge's hands. What? Like the money that the hedge funds collected from short selling AMC would never have gone to AMC. Like these people have no fucking clue. None. They have no fucking clue. Mm. The chances of another bank going down is greater. Feds this week. Short seller are in trouble. Lenders want their stock back. Why equity is king. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, my God. What is this? Now, this is supposedly Phil for real ranting. I could listen to that a little bit. Oh, yeah.
What up? Did the shorts cover? No? What are we talking about? Okay, so I want y'all to take a look at this tweet here that I have here because I pretty much have made this clear since the...
Gotta love when people, you know, take a look at this tweet that I wrote. Oh, I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of my tweet. Man-child.
Announcement of the reverse stock split when it comes to APE. You know, and here's what I'm saying. They're afraid, shorts, the short sellers.
Wait, who are they?
And here's what I'm saying. They're afraid, shorts, the short sellers, the hedge funds, whoever's
Look, he's
against
defining
AMC,
it.
they're afraid of the sham sacrifice. They're afraid of this. So this is a chess move used when the op think you don't have enough shares to fight back with. Okay, so the demand for those shares are going to go high. Okay, so when ape closes, FTDs go bye-bye, is what Adam Aaron said, right? But he didn't mean bye-bye like they just go away. He meant they have to buy those motherfuckers, okay? That's why this lawsuit came. They're afraid to pay billions of dollars, you know, towards FTDs on ape. They already know what time it is. And then
that doesn't make sense. The lawsuit was filed by shareholders. What? Oh my God.
Once the
from one fucking retard to another, I swear to God.
Everybody's going to be like, oh, I want to get in this play. I want to get in this play. They're going to try to.
No, they're not. No, actually, they're not. Nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares.
But they won't be able to because we got all the shit. So the demand for the shares are going to go high. So, bam, incoming forward stock split. You're getting your shares right the fuck back. And then boom, double Moass coming. Okay? So, of course,
double Moass. Double Moass. No, you're going to get double fucked. Dual penetration. Okay? That's maybe double Moass. Give me a fucking break. One Moass is not enough for this fuck. I mean, you cannot make this shit up. Double Moass. Fuck you, Phil.
Checking in,
Piece
telling
of
me what's
shit.
up. You say you're not a DD guy, but you are the first one I've seen to point this out. Very proud. There's beauty in simplicity. Yes, sir, it is. Thank you so much, Novel Diagram. Shout out to Chris.
Thank you.
Chris understands what I'm talking about because Chris understands.
He is also an idiot.
You know, AMC, and he's been, you know, letting everybody know about the stubs and the A-list. So do yourself a favor, get on that
check him
ASAP. Trust when I tell you. Now let's
dump more money into something.
I'm making this video because I'm saying all of this because
I have no life. So here is Chris Sojka. No new videos in 3 weeks. Did he find that YouTube is a little bit more, I don't know, unwelcoming than Twitter? I don't know.
This
speculating.
Guy, Froggy Styles. Oh my god.
Delusional ramblings.
He's making videos, nitpicking everybody else's video, trying to keep awareness on positivity on AMC. And here he is trying to say that Boss Blunts is calling everybody shills. So I don't agree with that, but let's hear what Froggy had to say and why he said it. Here's him playing Boss Blunts' part on how he feels. So let's take a look and listen at that.
Which is fine, because if the courts decide to allow electronic notices, that means emails will go.
There's that hum that we love from Froggy Styles. That fucking hum. Dude.
Go out to all shareholders.
It's terrible.
AMC shareholders in support or objection to the proposed agreement will be able to mail in a letter voicing their opinion. The letter must be accompanied by proof of beneficial ownership of AMC stock. So all these shills and douche.
So he starts right off calling people shills for writing letters.
Bags that have been mailing in letters opposing what is currently going on.
So if you wrote letters and you opposed this settlement, he's calling you a shill. Look how loose he uses the term, even though he doesn't.
Whoa. He said douchebag also. He said douchebag. He got you covered.
Know what it means.
And that's where I'm gonna stop you at, Froggy, because you, as everybody just heard, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because what Boss Blunts was just talking about is the faceless bots that you yourself have blocked out of your fucking comments, doofus. That's what you did, Froggy Styles. So while you're
faceless
videos all day trying to say, look, he's calling us shills, guys. Yeah, you are a shill, but he's talking about the faceless motherfuckers who've been sending out letters hyped up by the clown from Boston, and also Jeepers Creepers of Wall Street, who made a video that said, attack, attack. He's like all these spammed out letters. Oh, matter of fact, let's get more detailed into it, because look at these bots, man. These bots are listening to our videos. They're commenting, and you don't know who they are. They're like, Phil, I used to like you. And I'm like, bitch, I've never seen you a day in my fucking life. So think about it, motherfucker, before you start coming out here. Why don't you decipher this video, Froggy Styles? Now,
well, I will. I am a child. There's a deciphering. I am a child. Okay, that I can't not listen to this garbage anymore. But I do want to listen to the Doughboy of Wall Street. Let's go here. What's he got? By the way, we will be monitoring the failed bank list to see if anything else pops up on here. Still holding steady with 2. All right. Should we create a petition to recall AMC and APE? Well, that literally could not happen. But okay. Yeah, talking about a share recall, court-ordered recall. That will never happen. How would that be? Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Holy fucking shit. They know AMC is due for a rip. Maybe this will be last.
All right, so I'm having my coffee. I'm just doing some stuff. I'm watching the last few minutes over here of Halloween 2, because that's what it was. My brother was telling me I didn't get to see the ending part of it. I'll get to AMC in a second. I know it's running. Relax. Here's my thing. This is what bothers me about this thing. So she shoots him 2 times in the fucking eye, but he's like 2 inches from her, and then he can't find her. Like, what the fuck? Now he's slow and he's stupid. And at the end of the day, like, this was like the arch nemesis of every kid in the late 70s. Like, oh my God, Michael Myers. I'm like, yo, he's dumb, he's slow, you know. But he drove a car. I remember that one, Halloween 1. Like, that don't even make any sense. It's probably from Jersey. All right, anyway, here's my thing. You see how Antero purchased 1 million AMCs, because obviously they do their quantitative thinking and they basically go, okay, let's look at all these factors in AMC and put them over here. Well, what happened the last time it was more or less around this? Oh, it ran. Popcorn should have turned around and said, look, motherfuckers, I love you motherfuckers. Let me tell you something. Let me see. This is what I'm seeing. This is what these people are seeing. This is why Antaro's buying this. Is because AMC is going to have a run. Why doesn't he look out for people and say, you don't know what's coming, but let me tell you something. Look at what they do. Why the fuck am I doing this thing? Like, at the end, like, if Popcorn was just, you know, like, yo, AMC is right now positioned to run. Fuck the shorts. Look at what me and Antero are doing. Like, it would have been an incredible thing if the CEO would have fucking helped us fucking decimate the shorts, because we saved. Yeah, I'm getting alerts. Because we saved the company. But at the end of the day, remember what I said?
We saved the company.
They know AMC is going to run. They know. That's why they got the million there. And trust me, they're going to try to drop it at a certain point to just send it the big chill. But remember something. Back in the days, this shit has been oversold and yada yada whatever like that. It ain't going to stop it. You need much more than the 1 million shares they got. Yeah, it will dent us, airplane, but it ain't gonna take us out of action. Remember, this was, in my opinion, the biggest naked synthetic I gotcha IOU thing ever in the history of anything in the stock market. There's nothing been like it before. If this thing continues, I'm just looking at my phone. If this thing continues its pattern between, let's face it, we're right now still in the last days of April. We got May, June. Holy fuck. Sweet baby Jesus. But Popcorn had his chance. He decided to go with the dark side like the Sith. Doesn't he remind you of that? Was it the Emperor? young Jedi. He reminds me of that motherfucker, especially when he puts on those Cleon sweaters, like with the diamonds and dude, like solid colors will work out real good for you. But anyway, let's keep an eye on what's going on. We got time, so giant love.
Giant love. Giant love. Let's see here. What do we got? Okay. All right. Now he's listened to everyone else's videos and now is making it his own. Yeah. And there's no way I'm going to listen to Bam again. I mean, he's unlistenable. How about this? Shut up.
Hey, Houston. Thoughts on the petition to compel for FINRA to produce the blue sheets? Is there any chance the timing of it where they have had 5 months to change the numbers and they have conspired? Changing the numbers is going to be really, 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 really hard, because if the blue sheets get released, and there's going to have to be all sorts of redacting because there's personal information and stuff that can't be released in the blue sheets. So may have to go to some sort of special master who redacts things.
Special master.
But if it is released, you can then submit data from individual brokerages to compare. So you get this blue list of all the trades, all these brokerages, all those people making trades, and you can be like, okay, here's a whole bunch from eToro, right? So eToro, you give us your list, and you look at them, and if they're different, someone at FINRA is going to prison for falsifying evidence. So I'm not too...
Yeah, I doubt that.
I think there's anybody at FINRA...
Somebody at FINRA is going to prison. Yep. That reminds me, how about Tony Market Moves? Oops. What has he got out? Is there anything else that I can clip out for the soundboard? No. No. Of course not. Some thoughts on the Silicon Valley Bank and how it affects MMTLP. Oh, God. How about a video from before the MMTLP delisting? I want to see him excited. Is that fucked up? I don't know. How market makers obstruct Adam Aaron's plan to sell ape shares to raise capital and pay off debt. Okay. MMTLP update, new drilling by Tug Oil and Gas. 4 more wells. Oh, yay. Now, MMTLP, now is a good time to make/update your plans. Becoming popular, the short attack, how markets work and how they're supposed to work. Example with MMTLP. MMTLP and MMAT, the double squeeze or double squeeze narrative. Halloween. Okay, that was Halloween. MMTLP, shorts triggering stop losses, double squeeze update, double Moass. John Berta. Now effective. The story is coming to a close. 2 weeks of trading left. Okay, we're getting there. 1 week of trading left. MMTLP halted. John Berta finds something that everyone else missed in this options memo. Okay. All right, I'll bite.
Show.
December 4th. So it is before. Oh boy.
Today is December 4th, 2022. Let me start by saying that I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This information is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. So I was not intending to make this video. I was not intending to make any video today. It's Sunday, and I was going to be doing some other stuff. But then I happened to go through Twitter, and I saw a tweet by John Berta, and it was a disturbing tweet about some nefarious stuff that happened during the merger or prior to the merger of Torchlight Energy and Metamaterials. Okay. I'm not going to go into the details of the merger itself. If you want info about the merger, I've got 2 videos about that. Thoughts on Oil Part 2 and Thoughts on Oil Part 3 talk about the merger of Torchlight Energy and Metamaterials, how they got a new CUSIP number, and how the Series A preferred, and how what happened is that if you were a Torchlight Energy shareholder prior to the merger, you would have gotten what's called a Series A preferred share, which later on became tradable under the ticker symbol MMTLP, but it was never intended to be traded under that ticker symbol, at least not by the companies Torchlight Energy or Metamaterials. The intention was for that Series A preferred share to be a non-tradable placeholder to be given to Torchlight Energy shareholders, so that when they spun out the oil and gas dividends, that the proceeds or the profits of that would go to the original Torchlight Energy shareholders. Okay, that was the intention. So this is what John Berta tweeted, and it's fascinating. So he said, discovered something interesting. My opinion of what this means is in the thread. Okay, so he said, several folks have sent me this, and at first glance, it looks like nothing more than instructions on how they're going to handle the settlement of options trades when the ticker symbols change. He's talking about the merger of Metamaterials and Torchlight Energy. This is a document that is being referenced. This document has made the rounds of the internet for quite some time. It's everyone knows what this is. It talks about the Torchlight Energy ticker symbol, and it says that the options for that will result in 100 Torchlight Energy resources and also Series A preferred shares that are coming out of this. Okay, so that's interesting. The fact that you get this particular this option results in this particular exercise, right? So fine, great, no big deal. Okay, at least that's what I thought. I said no big deal. But then John Berta says, then I looked at the date and delayed settlement paragraph, and I said, well, okay, dates. Well, here's the dates, June 21. Delayed settlement. I didn't even notice that paragraph, to be honest. I just saw the word settlement. I assumed it was going to be something like T+2, but it's not. Delayed settlements. It says, June 21, 2021, OCC will delay settlement of the Series A preferred share component of the Torch 1 deliverable until the trading status of Series A preferred shares is determined. What? It said, okay, originally the Torch component of the Series A Torch component of the Torch 1 deliverable will settle through the NSCC, but they will delay settlement of the Series A preferred share. This is the non-tradable preferred share that Torchlight Energy shareholders would get, which later on would become tradable under the stock symbol MMTLP. So that indicates that way back in June 21, OCC already knew that there was some sort of that the trading status of the Series A preferred shares was in doubt. Why was it in doubt, right? I mean, it's clearly the trading status of the Series A preferred share at that time, according to official documents, was that it was known, right? It was non-tradable. That was a known. There's no indeterminacy there.
So why did John Berta trade it then? So why did John Berta trade it and make a lot of money? That'd be a question for John Berta, and I don't know why I put a question mark there. Okay. All right. Hey, what's up, man? This is Frankie. Hey, what up, man? This is Frankie.
Hey, what's up? This Frankie, man. Let me say,
Hey, what up? This Frankie, man.
Do I think that's the case? I don't know. I don't really think that's the case. I don't really think that's the case. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying it? What are you saying? Huh?
I'm not a financial advisor. I ain't no attorney. Anything that I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Whatever I say in this video is my opinion.
And, you know, if you don't understand the situation, it's better sometimes not to speak and just be proven a complete imbecile in the matter. Okay, so.
May not necessarily be factual. Don't buy, sell, or hold a stock because of anything that I say in this video. Do your own DD. I'm just an entertainer on here talking about
your own DD, preferably not retroactively.
Ain't talking about our lawsuit. Check this out. If you don't have enough time, man, a lot of time to do a lot of research into how to write your objections up, you know, when keeping up, man, but when they drop different filings and different paperwork concerning the lawsuit, where to mail them to, you know, the date that they got to be in and all that kind of stuff, man, I would suggest, this is my opinion, only do what you want to do. I would suggest that you check out Common Sense Investor, because he's going to put a lot of the information under his playlist. That's why I've been following a lot. But also, man, I be checking out the Marine. I be checking out Al from Boston, of course, Lou versus Wall Street, and stocks and crypto plays. I be looking at his stuff too. But Common Sense Investors say he's going to put, and check out Lou versus Wall Street, been dropping information too. But Common Sense Investors say information, try to make it real simple, put it on his playlist. But look, when it comes to the AMC and Allegheny lawsuit, I don't trust AMC, I don't trust Adam Aaron, and I don't trust the plaintiff. Simply because of the fact, man, that they was trying to settle this thing too fast. They was trying to, you know, rush the judge, you know, try to rush through everything real quick. And see, a lot of time, man, when people trying to move fast like that, man, sometimes with the things that they be trying to do, man, it may be questionable. So like I said, man, I don't trust any of it. And
Oh, that's curious.
Man, if you look,
you mean like, oh, I don't know, all the hype? You know, just glossing over the facts, that kind of thing? No, where have we heard that?
It seemed like Adam Aaron and the attorneys, this is just my personal opinion, they the ones that's really made just financially benefiting from everything that took place. It's like what they trying to offer retail investors, man, in this settlement is crumbs. And like I said, man, for me, you know, it's like both parties are suspect to me. Because like I said, it was like, man, they didn't want to have it here.
No, it's like
trying to settle this thing out of court.
It's almost like they understand it's about money or something. You know, I don't know. That's crazy. Why would it be about that?
It was like they didn't want people, man. That's my personal opinion, how I feel. They didn't want people to have the opportunity, man, to seem like to object to what's going on, object to the settlement. They didn't want to, man, mail notices out, man, to the 3.8 million shareholders. So it was like, for me, man, they moving too fast. It was like I always said, man, it was some slick stuff going on. And see, look, man, when you look at what Adam Aaron did, the deal that him and Terry Capital put together. What did he do? When you look at what they did as far as, man, creating ape behind our back, we didn't ask for it. Then assigning all those voting rights to apes, to the ape share. And him giving the Terry Capital, you know, all those voting rights and those corporate shareholders. You know, and if you look at the way they came up with the yes vote to get Adam Aaron's, you know, proposals approved. If you look at them wanting to take 90% of our shares away from us, which we know, man, is only going to benefit hedge funds and short sellers. If you look at what he want to do as far as diluting the stock and dilute our ownership, you know, in the company. If you look at all that, if you look at what they offering shareholders, I'm trying to figure out, man, why would the plaintiffs be so eager to accept it? I mean, when the only thing it seems like what shareholders is getting is what, one share? We getting one share for every 1.7 shares. We getting one share for every 7.5 shares. They're gonna give us one share. And if you look at everything, man, that they gaining, I'm seeing, I don't understand, man, what would make the plaintiffs so eager to accept it. You see what I'm saying? And then it's like, we get, the shareholders and retail investors, we get put in a class action lawsuit that the majority of us, man, we didn't even ask to be in that lawsuit. We didn't ask to be in the lawsuit, and on top of us not.
Too bad they even had to tell them about it, to be honest. They could have done this shit in the background, and not told them, and it wouldn't have mattered at all. Because at the end of the day, this doesn't matter. This does not matter. This is yet another thing, another irrelevant, inane thing that they're focusing on that is irrelevant to the fact that the goddamn stock is down 90%. So, sure, be upset. Don't trust AMC or Allegheny, whatever. Doesn't matter. The outcome will be the same. It will be the same. It's not any different. In fact, you'll actually be better, slightly better off. I just don't,
Asking to be in the lawsuit, it's almost like, man, the lawsuit is harmful. It's like they trapping us in the lawsuit. Because if you look at the verbiage and you look
they're
at
trapping,
the language,
they're forcing us to take something that we didn't ask for. How dare they try to give us
up in
something?
the lawsuit? It's like we can't opt out of the lawsuit. Then not only can we not opt out of the lawsuit, it's like they have given Adam Aaron total immunity from saying that if you wanted to come back and sue Adam Aaron, you can't accuse him of any type of wrong for saying that he did anything wrong. It's like he got total immunity. So we didn't ask to be in the lawsuit. They put us in the lawsuit. Then they trapped us in the lawsuit saying that when this thing is settled, we can't opt out of it.
Then because that's how it works when a settlement is finalized. You can't go back and sue him again. What?
Come back and sue Adam Aaron because they have given him total immunity. So I'm like, man, this thing might not have started off a particular type of way, but this thing almost seemed like, man, it was like a setup, man, for retail investors. Those are my personal opinion. I ain't no lawyer, ain't no financial advisor, none of that. I'm just telling you.
So you don't know what you're talking about then.
Okay. Seemed like, man, this thing is a setup. And if the judge, in my opinion, had
you know what? It was a setup to get you distracted, to get you talking and worrying about shit that doesn't matter. If it was a setup, that was the setup, and boy, it succeeded.
We wouldn't be able to try to get no type of justice or be made whole at all. Because it seemed like, man, the retail investors and the shareholders, it seemed like we were finna get railroaded with this whole thing. These are just my personal opinion. And see, for me, man, look, I'm going to close with this. Make the video real short. I don't have a problem, man, with AMC. AMC is not my problem. My problem, like I always said, man, I feel like Adam Aaron, he's a dirty CEO. That's just my personal opinion. I'm sure he probably watches my videos. He probably can't stand me, probably don't like me either. And I'm sure he got a personal opinion about me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm good with that. But like
he probably does. You know what? He probably does watch your videos. I agree. Probably does.
The opinion, man, of Adam Aaron is that he's a dirty CEO. And my personal opinion, and I'm saying this because you have some influencers that may say, well, hey, man, look, I think Frank, he's getting influenced by Donahue, Georgia. He's being influenced by the Marina, Lou versus Wall Street, the Afro Boston. No, when I say, man, that Adam Aaron, man, is a dirty CEO, that's based on my observation of Adam Aaron, based on what I've seen him do with our stock in our short squeeze play and this lawsuit. It's based on my personal opinion. Look, I got street sense. I got book sense. I got a bachelor's degree in political science. I have a master's degree, man, in adult education. And also, man, I'm only a few hours away from getting a paralegal degree. The only reason why I didn't finish getting the paralegal degree because after talking to some of my frat brothers and watching some of the things they doing and looking at what the lawyers is doing right now, I made a decision, man, not to become a paralegal because I wanted to go to law school. I wasn't going to get my master's. I was going to go to law school while I was on the police department, leave there and become a lawyer. I decided to stay on the police department. So I think I'm very capable.
So Frankie Muhammad is actually one of the more educated AMC influencers. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Man, if I'm looking and I'm researching to be able to tell if a CEO, man, is not trustworthy. And me saying Adam Aaron is a dirty CEO and he's not trustworthy, man, that's based on my own personal opinion. And look, check this out, man. Man, granted, man, look, I'm not perfect. I'm not infallible. I make mistakes. Not perfect at all. That's why the whole year when you see me do these videos, if I have an issue with something, I don't attack people's personal character. I don't do that. If you see me doing that, that means they did something bad to me or they said something real bad to me. Other than that, man, I don't attack people's personal character. I attack, man, you know, their ideologies, their ideology or their ideas if I disagree with them. But I try not to talk about people personally, their family, their kids. I don't get down like that. I don't do that. But man, with Adam Aaron, man, I am with Adam Aaron, man, I feel comfortable with saying I think Adam Aaron, man, I think he's an evil person. That's just my personal opinion.
Evil person.
I think he lacked good morals. I think he lacked good values. I think he lacked good principles, especially, man, when it comes to dealing with the shareholders.
He's a CEO. I
think, man, when you're talking about Adam Aaron, I think the thing that drives Adam Aaron, man, is money and greed. That's just my...
Oh, you don't fucking say. Are you... really? You thought he was... I was going to say Mother Teresa, but, you know, that doesn't go over quite the same way as it used to.
Personal opinion from what I see as far as Adam Aaron is concerned. And I'm going to say this, man, to the yes voters. See, you got some people, they follow Adam Aaron, they infatuated with him, they happy with him, man. They see him, they excited. They really don't understand his business practices. They haven't looked into him. They don't know anything about him. They see Adam Aaron and they happy. I don't fault them. But for the yes voters, man, involved in our short squeeze play. See, I know y'all do y'all DD. Y'all understand exactly what's been going on with the lawsuit. Y'all understand exactly what's been going on with our play. See, y'all understand Adam Aaron from a business perspective. And those yes voters, man, that support Adam Aaron, I think for y'all, I think y'all need to do a personal inventory of yourself. I think you need to look at yourself from a moral standpoint of view. I think you need to look at your principles. I think you need to look at your values. And I think that you need to look at your ethics. Thank you for taking time out to watch the video, man. Have a nice day.
Shit. Whoops. Well, anyway, the next one is for you too, Lynn. And also, Finance Chat is in the link is in the description. You can join us for daily discussions on all sorts of lively societal and ethical topics. No legal advice, no cooking advice. Okay, we're not professional chefs, but it's a fun time nonetheless. So anyway, the next one, this one is for you too, Lynn. Hopefully I picked the right one. I think I did. So without further ado now, have a good night. Thank you. And have a good one. See you tomorrow.
What was your New Year resolution? Most people just talk about it. Are you going to make it happen? A lot of people in America are wealthy, filthy rich. Is the next millionaire going to be you? To me, it's the easiest time to make a fortune in real estate in the 1990s. If you know how to take advantage of the current opportunity. A lot of people think there's a recession, savings and loan crisis. To me, it's a time to buy a lot of real estate at bargain price and make a fortune. If you want to become financially independent, come to my seminar. Let me show you how to make the fortune you have always dreamed about. And someday, don't forget, get on the plane, fly to Florida, visit me here at my humble home, and get on television. Motivate others by sharing your success story. How many more times you have to see me on TV to come to my seminar to change your life? When you turn off the TV tonight, the whole world doesn't care if you ever make it. I'm tired of hearing the water running. Or today, I can do something that gives me the greatest personal satisfaction that even money couldn't buy, is showing people how to be rich. Why? Because I can relate to you. A certain amount of you are watching me right now, are working so hard, you're willing to pay the price of success, you're willing to sweat, but you got nothing because you lack a vehicle to achieve financial independence. Years ago, when I first started out on my search to wealth, I wish there was a multi-millionaire self-made would show me his secret to financial freedom. That's why now I enjoy showing the serious, hard-working people in America, the one who doesn't mind to pay the price of success, the secret to be wealthy.